Good morning, people. It is Tuesday, the 11th of July. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. I am one of your hosts, Martin Royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, and of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
That is right. How are we this cloudy morning?
I'm right, man. Can't complain. I feel a bit more rested.
That's good. Did you go to bed on like early or something?
Kind of, relatively. It was one of those unintentional ones.
Oh, those are the best ones. Yeah. And you just wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, it's morning.
But I woke up on the sofa, so my back was kind of...
Now your back is off.
Yeah.
Crankum, yeah, I get you. I like when I don't know that I'm sleeping, and I wake up, and in my mind it's like, oh, it's probably 10 p.m. Because I went to bed early yesterday, and no, it was like 3 a.m. I said, okay, well, I better get back to bed then quickly, because my alarm goes off in 2 hours. But I'm here for it. All right, question of the day. What's the most memorable concert or live performance you've ever attended? Oh, I've attended a lot.
I was just about to say, I haven't attended that much.
I love concerts so much. Okay, I've got a few. The first, which I would say, actually no, it's not. It's kind of neck and neck or neck, whatever the saying is. But one of them is the Coco concert. This is just before Mohits broke up. So Mohits it's Afrobeats. Is D'banj, Don Jazzy, Dr. Sid, One Day Cold, Prince, K-Switch. Yeah, this was the original, they were the first One Direction in Nigeria, basically. So they had a concert in London. That was the first time I saw their video as well.
Okay.
There's when no one knew his songs. There was like 5 of us in the crowd that was singing along.
What was he doing? Was he opening? Or?
Yeah, it was an opening act.
Wow.
It's very humble beginnings, and they came down. But so that concert was absolutely amazing. This was like, what? I didn't think I was in, I might have been in year 10 or year 11 or something. But it was absolutely amazing. And then also Drake's Nothing Was the Same tour.
Okay.
That was lit. But I love that album so much. So the concert just really was just everything for it. And then J. Cole's is it Born Sinner or Forest Hills Drive? Oh.
I know you're a big J. Cole fan.
I love J. Cole.
You put him above Drake?
I put J. Cole above everybody.
Okay.
J. Cole is... I love J. Cole so much. Like when I don't hear from J. Cole, I'm like, I miss J. Cole. Before I saw him at Ari Lennox, obviously I didn't know he was going to be there. 2 days before that, I was like, I miss J. Cole. And there he was. Jermaine Cole on the stage. I love J. Cole so much, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the other one.
For me, the most memorable one might have been... I don't know if Yusuf was there, actually. I don't know, I'm just randomly thinking. Like Nas...
Yeah, Yusuf was there. Yusuf was there. Yusuf was there.
Nas Street Disciple one in Brixton.
Nah.
Yusuf!
What?
I was waiting for you.
I wasn't at that one.
Yeah, basically, it was the first time I seen Nas.
Okay.
And he had the the Pharaoh one.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What's that, Pharaoh?
Sorry.
I didn't know from the Bible.
The Pharaoh chain, basically.
The Egyptian...
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. This is like what? Street Disciples, 2004.
Was I there then? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was sick. Like, just bling all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, and then like maybe halfway into his thingy, Brixton, gunshots,
Oh,
I wasn't
concert
there.
done.
sounds about Brixton, doesn't it?
I wasn't there for that one.
Sounds about Brixton.
Yeah, and the show was done.
Yeah, that might be the last concert. I don't think they were going to be allowed to have a concert again over there. Oh, that chain. Oh, that looks so sick.
Yeah, that's the one.
King Tut.
Yeah,
That looks really sick.
it was sick, man.
Yusuf, what's yours?
Got quite a few, you know. Nas and Damian Marley at Wembley Arena. Dizzy Rascal opened up for Prodigy, not Mobb Deep Prodigy, but the group Prodigy. I'm a Firestar, and that was sick. Just as a spectacle, I was at the top, and all I just saw was just white people moshing like crazy.
Really?
So as a spectacle, like visually to look at, that was dope. What else? I've been to so many concerts. You know what? Probably the Nas and the Damian Marley one, you know?
Yeah.
It was dope because it was a mixture of hip hop plus Caribbean culture. They had there was this guy on stage.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating at all. He was standing at the side of the stage waving the flag for the entire show.
That's an arm
I'm being
day.
dead serious. He didn't stop.
That's
I'm
an
dead
arm.
serious.
What flag?
It might have been like a Selassie thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Black and green or
if that was the correct term to use, but it was definitely a flag that was representing that culture in it, and he was just waving it the whole time. But visually, it was just dope. What was going on the stage, the people, the music, the whole thing was dope. So
I love when artists invest in the production.
Yeah, production value was high.
And it's beyond them just standing there and singing. There's stuff going on. There's just, I love it so much.
Yeah, I reckon those two stand out.
What's your most memorable one?
Wasn't that the question?
I think that's
Was
the
that a
one.
question? Oh, because I
memorable.
forgot Chris Brown, but Chris Brown would just always be Chris Brown.
What was it because of the concert or more so because of him?
I think it was the first time I ever saw him.
Okay.
I've never seen all my years of loving Chris Brown since I was in secondary school, and that was my first time ever seeing him, and it wasn't enough. If I'm being honest with you, it really wasn't.
Was that the Valentine's Day one?
Yeah,
This year?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That was the first time I ever saw Chris Brown. Can't be the last. I need to see him again really, really soon.
What was your?
No. See where Mark sits. Because he ain't in. They're making a scene.
I was gonna say, what was your worst concert?
Oh, my worst concert. What is my worst concert? I don't know, you know. I don't think I've had a worst concert.
You just went. It didn't live up to expectations. It didn't live up to the billing.
Oh, who would that be?
Let me even go through my list. I got a list.
You got best
I
and
need to
worst.
have a list.
No, I'm not going to read. I just want to look
Of
at it
people
and
that
then
I've
see what pops up.
You
on
got a
my
list of people you've seen, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
There have been people that I've seen where it's just like,
Keep track,
okay,
keep
do you know
track.
what it is? Yeah, this I might get flogged for
You
this.
should
Yeah.
already know, though. I
Do you
know
have-
from my head.
Do you know how many I've been to?
That's what I think. You've been to
I've been to bare concerts.
Yeah, I was meant to go to a few of you as well, so I know you've been to a few.
yeah.
Put your mic closer.
Sorry.
Do you know what I think? Okay, this one, yeah, it's not because the visual was, everything was great about the concert, but I think people overhyped it. So I thought when I go, I'm going to come out like floating in the air. Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
It was a good concert.
The most recent one.
The one I went to. That's my first time seeing her as well. Because I always sell my tickets every year. Now I wish I didn't. But the production, everything was amazing. Like, she is on nobody's level.
Okay.
She's on nobody's level. Like, the fact that you were in a stadium and her voice was pitch perfect, traveling, and it was open, because I thought maybe there was a roof because it was cold. There wasn't a roof. But, like, she's on nobody's level. That's a fact. She's on nobody's level. So even when people bring up Chris Brown, it's rude. I have to admit, it's rude, right? But I think people overhype it so much that when I went, it was a good concert. I enjoyed it. I will see her again, 100%. But it didn't make me feel the things that I thought people said I would feel. But there's people there were like crying and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm wearing white. Don't get your tears on me. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know.
That sounds so bougie.
It is. I meant it how it sounded.
No, fair enough.
But yeah, I can't think of anyone
Not
else.
my worst, but my most disappointing, funny enough, was Usher.
Really?
Really?
This was in 2015 at the O2, but it was the Usher, oh my God era.
Oh,
It was meant to be, it was billed as like the Usher experience or something like that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, I said, I don't want to go there and listen to
Yeah,
from
so
Usher.
I was hoping to go there and hearing him. I thought it was going to be a mixture of both. He might do his classics and just the and stuff, but it was mainly the oh my God stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to hear.
That was the worst
R&B.
time of Usher's career, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I hated that. I hated it so much.
I didn't pay. That's the good thing, though.
That's a good thing.
Oh, you got it for free, yeah?
Yeah.
Go on,
That's a good
my
thing.
God.
I think it was Marv's brother that hooked us up, actually.
Like a good,
Okay.
Yeah.
like a good free concert. More of those. If anyone wants to hit me up for Usher Care, that'd be great.
Yeah, hit me up with a free ticket. Why not? Was it? Have you got like a best and worst? Or you're not?
No, my most memorable one is the one when Nas came to Brixton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I don't really have a worst, you know. Another memorable one was Wireless, Jay-Z,
And Justin Timberlake here.
Yeah.
Or the Jay-Z. No, it was just Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake. I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
That
for
was a
one.
good
Wireless,
time.
Yeah.
That was more so memorable.
I was
'cause-
fasting that day. It was hot. Never again.
You must be feeling faint.
Never again.
Nah, that was a good year.
That was a good one.
Even my favorite wireless was the year of like Nicki and Drake. That was a good year as well. You know that era of music was so great. There was just something about it. There's certain times of music that I actually miss.
Yeah, definitely.
Never getting that again.
It brings like good memories, and I'm like, oh, that was a good summer. That was like a good, maybe like a good school year.
So you had good memories, basically.
Yeah, but
'Cause I can hear a track and it will bring me straight to a memory. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
I love those like feelings.
There was a concert that me and him were meant to go to. Remember?
which one?
The rap gods too.
Yes.
Fam, that was Nas, DMX,
Yeah.
the
I
Locks,
remember. Wait, didn't that get
Gangsta, but it was
around
COVID.
COVID?
Oh, did not go?
It got cancelled.
It
yeah,
got
yeah.
cancelled.
Cancelled. I was livid.
Oh, DMX never got to come back.
Oh,
that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
No, well,
No, but as in like,
okay.
obviously COVID messed a lot of things up for people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like it weren't just us that were suffering.
Yeah.
There's other people, but there's been a few concerts, and I think me and Marv went and Pusha T.
Okay.
That was rowdy. That was just it just felt like mandem.
Yeah, it gives
Probably
me that
how
vibe,
you
man.
felt when you went to Nas a little bit in terms of.
There was his ended with gunshots in there.
Did it? I
Yeah,
can't remember
so-
that. Nah, okay, it wasn't that bad. But it wasn't hybrid though. It was proper random. Yeah. So I've seen Beyonce.
Yeah. What
See-
album was it?
I don't know. We were in Wembley. I don't even know. I just remember someone crying as well, but she didn't even sing. She just in like the break. I think Tiny Tampa opened
No.
up. Then it was a break.
For
Then-
Beyonce.
Yeah. Tiny Tampa, yeah, and then there was a break. There was like a half an hour break, and within that time, someone spoke on the mic. You can clearly hear it was Beyonce. This person beside me lost their
Yeah.
rag, like
Nah, you know what's so
everything
funny,
started
yeah?
shaking.
Yeah.
But that's how Beyonce fans are.
I said, is this the effect?
That is the Beyonce effect. Because
Wow.
people were like losing their marbles. It's like something takes over them. Maybe because I'm a child of God. Because something possesses people.
It
Like
feels like that almost sounds like the spirit of God. You know when they're in
It's not
church,
spirit.
Yeah, I
and
think
like,
it was
You know,
yeah, like
it's a spirit.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna assign it to
Oh
God.
no, I remember now. My most disappointing concert actually was Cam at Kentish Town
really,
because he didn't come out.
no
Okay.
way.
So it
You
was
said, well, but
it was Cam and Skepta.
Yeah.
Skepta performed, dope.
Yeah.
And then remember, no Cam has the beef with Mega Sosod and that, innit? It's old school beef, innit?
Yeah,
Whatever.
I vaguely remember.
So then they found out Cam was in the country
Yeah.
at Kentish Town,
Yeah.
came to the venue, ran him out. Do you remember when Cam was online and
Ran
he was doing
him
all the
out?
stuff with Juju and that? It was
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
the whole thing
yeah,
online.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So Cam
yeah.
got run out of the venue
Yikes.
You never
and
forget that.
didn't perform, basically. So that was disappointing.
That's like when Ja Rule got his head bust.
What?
Man took his chain.
Who got his head bust?
In London?
Yeah, time ago.
Who?
Ja Rule.
Oh, Ja Rule.
Yeah, that and the man took his chain. I swear it was at Tottenham or Edmonton, one of them. Time ago. In that old, what's that place? They used to have all the shows there. It's on, it's literally, I swear it's actually across the road from the police station.
Wait, what did you say? Oval?
Tottenham. No,
Oh,
in Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's an old venue. Proper old. We're talking like 90s probably. See someone typing. Someone's doing some research.
I was thinking about that the other day. I'd want to see like Ja Rule. I think they've had that concert though. The Murder Inc. where it's like all of them.
Oh,
I say all of them. I
a
just
lot
really
of
want to
them,
see
right?
Ashanti and Ja Rule, and
Oh, that's
I
just
guess
want to see.
Fat
Just
Joe
want
as
to see
well.
something.
You can come for a couple of verses, but yeah, because there's a lot that happens in America, but they never bring
yeah.
those shows here. Who I haven't seen and I do want to see though, Keisha Cole, Monica, those are my girls. I'd want like a ladies R&B concert.
I
I'd
reckon
lose my shit over
that'll
that.
be happening at the Indigo O2 in about 10 years.
10 years.
No, because Indigo O2 always put on the random
Yeah, they do.
R&B concerts.
No, I think you know what.
You'll see Next,
Yeah.
Joe, Drew
SWV.
Hill,
I went to
one of them.
SWV, and
Maxwell was there. I swear I went to one of
you'll
them.
see no promo about it. You just randomly
None.
go on the gram one day and see a flyer.
And there'll be
Oh,
one
it's
person
next
on
week.
your Instagram
Yeah,
that's there. And it's like, when did this
yeah.
even happen?
What did they have? It was Mary J. Blige, Maxwell, and someone else there. And I just went there and I'd see Mary
Yeah.
J. busting out in the.
No.
You know,
I was like, I got to give it to her. I was
I
like,
love it,
yes,
man.
Mary. Just
I haven't
down
seen her
for
live.
it.
I want to see her live.
Yeah, she's
She
good.
better have some boots on.
She's good live.
I don't know how her management, well, I mean, at one point it's her ex-husband, so her new management have not thought about doing like a boots line. That is her thing. Like I like when,
Maybe it's in the
I think-
process.
no, because I think she's done something else and I was like, this is not your brand. It's like all of them trying to go to alcohol. I don't know you for that though. what I know you for is some good ass boots. So get to design it.
Old school used to call them sex me up boots.
Okay.
Yeah, see a
Who's
mature
sexing up
lady.
in boots?
Nah, because they just look sexy, innit? They're like high, sex me up
Yeah,
boots. You get it?
high
Like,
boots with a nice mini dress.
The-
That's a winter look.
The man them used to like the old school. Trust me, especially when you see
That
a
is a look,
mature
actually.
one.
All right. Well, let's get into headlines.
Let's do it. All right, so our first headline is about Turkey agreeing to support Sweden's NATO application. So Sweden is to be allowed to join NATO after Turkey's president, Erdogan, agreed to set aside his veto and recommend to his parliament that Sweden's application go ahead. The Monday night breakthrough came in the last-ditch talks on the eve of the NATO summit in Lithuania. The surprise announcement ended nearly a year of brinkmanship by Turkey, which has insisted it will not accede to Sweden's application to join NATO unless Stockholm did more to clamp down on exiled Kurdish activists it accuses of terrorism. The announcement was made by the NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, who had overseen the talks between Erdogan and the Swedish Prime Minister Kristersson in Vilnius in Lithuania. Stoltenberg said at a press conference, "I'm glad to announce that the President, Erdogan, has agreed to forward a accession protocol for Sweden to the Grand National Assembly as soon as possible and work closely with the Assembly to ensure ratification." And the second headline, trigger warning here, this is basically an update of yesterday's headline about the whole, the BBC presenter, basically.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Anonymous
yeah.
man.
Exactly. So basically, the Sun is reporting that the parents of the young person at the centre of these allegations involving this BBC presenter have stood by their claims. They told the newspaper, which first reported it on Friday, that the household name had paid for explicit photos that they wanted to protect and that they wanted to protect their child. So the young person's mother was speaking to the Sun and said that it's sad, but we stand by our account and we hope that they get the help that they need. We did this to help, and the presenter has gone into their head. How did they afford a lawyer? We're so sad. So their stepfather added that they were disappointed that the young person had made the statement via their lawyer as well. And this person added that it's not true. The young person's lawyer cast doubt on the story in a letter to the BBC calling the allegations rubbish. But the BBC quoted a spokesperson for The Sun as saying that they had reported a story about two very concerned parents who complained about the behaviour of this unnamed presenter, a complaint that they claim was not acted upon by the BBC. So apparently they spoke to the BBC prior. BBC didn't do anything, and now we're getting this.
Remember what I was saying yesterday? That's what I said yesterday. Because a lot of these things that they just know about it, man. But obviously, if it's a big presenter as well, they're gonna lose money, and that's what the company's about.
I swear they were reporting this guy was paying 35 racks for images.
Yeah.
How are you paying that much for
What
nudes?
the hell is the world
That's
come
wild.
to? What?
Crazy.
It just lets me know some people are earning way too much money. Like I always say to God, like just give me the money. Like I'm not gonna be foolish with it. People, do stuff.
I know, but like,
It's like,
what are
come on.
we, like, what kind of realm are we in?
Oh, we're in Black Mirror. This
To
is the
shut-
Black
like,
Mirror.
do you know, I keep saying it, man. Listen, when the flood comes, you know why, man. There's too much stuff going on in the world, man. God forbid, but I understand, man. If it happens, so I mean, we walk out one day and it's just pure water in the road. This is pure water in the road.
Hey, what do you mean this is the Red Sea? You're gonna walk out, and the water's just waiting for you there.
You just see. Imagine you just walk out, you just see a whole 100-foot wave. That's
I'll
on
be
the
honest with
way.
you, I'm walking back in.
You're walking back in.
I'm just coming back into the room.
Yeah, well, I might as well
I'm
record.
gonna
Right?
do-
Yeah, I mean, you might as well keep recording it. Wow.
Listen,
Why not, man? The end of days and all that. I'm telling you, man. Like, once it happens, can't complain.
we are in very, very weird time. Like it's actually Black Mirror.
So it's terrible. If you think all over the world, like I can't judge anything, but it's like
Everywhere.
everywhere, man.
Madness galore.
Most cities, countries, people, you name it, man. It's just that's wild, man. Like they need to throw the book. In fact, they need to bury this guy under the jail. And then on top of that, it's like you see people do, I don't know, whatever a normal crime is, they'll get a certain amount of time, but then people like this, they might get months or they might not even. Like, look when people,
Or they go to
there was
nice
an
jail.
artist that was warning people about Jimmy Savile back in the day, some rock artist, whatever, and then people didn't listen to him, and then look, it come out, and the same stuff is repeating itself. These presenters that have just been there for years, like no
It's
one's
power
checking
though.
them.
People get power and they don't know how to act. Or sometimes people don't have power and then they want to have power in weird ways.
It's sad.
Crazy.
Man. It's sad. Just all we can do is pray for better times.
This is it.
What's this flood thing? What's this flood thing you're talking about?
Oh! I'm just
biblical
talking.
times.
What did you miss?
The
What
flood
did
thing.
you hear?
I was trying to figure out what was that about?
Oh, I'm saying if the world got flooded and that, we can't complain. As
okay.
in that if if God one day said, yeah, you know what, I'm done with you guys.
Again?
Yeah, again. Why not?
That's what the rainbow's for.
What's that again? The rainbows.
Never mind.
Yeah.
God says not flooding the earth with water again.
Okay, so you might just blow it up.
Yeah, it's fire.
Fire next time.
Oh yeah,
how
that's
about the
even
rainbow?
worse, you know. Listen, flood, I might be able to deal with fire. You can't run for that, bruv.
I can say flood I might be able to do.
Just saying it, I'm built to survive, innit? Survival mode. Bear Grylls thing.
Well, it's funny you guys mention this type of stuff here because it's kind of related to topic of the day, man.
Lovely. Is that we're getting to now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's get into it.
Interesting.
All right, so today's topic of the day, I kind of only want us to kind of talk about it on a surface level because it's one of those topics where it's like you can really go down a proper rabbit hole with this, yeah. But first thing that comes to mind, yeah, when you think about Big Brother, right? Surveillance, mass surveillance, right, and all this type of stuff. Kind of relating it to what you guys were just talking about, yeah. Do you feel like the world needs Big Brother more than it doesn't?
Oh man.
As in the show, or you mean like surveillance?
Sorry, yeah,
He
mass surveillance.
definitely means surveillance. She
Yeah.
said
Look
the
at the
show.
show.
You weren't being serious.
No, because you didn't need to bring in Big Brother then. I'm dead ass. I really was.
Sorry.
Surveillance.
Yeah. So like, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I'll come back to it after. I was going to basically
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
I think not having surveillance is more damaging.
Okay,
But it's one of those things where, because I've said yeah, you can't control how much surveillance it's had.
this is it.
So it's one or the other, but I would say yeah.
Privacy though. You start touching on the whole privacy thing. It's like, at what point do you stop surveillance and that? So
Yeah.
okay, you see me outside my house. Now you follow me into my house, or what? You gonna follow me to the bathroom as well? Because
Yeah, that's where you stop.
No, but
No. The point I'm making is that they're saying that AI now can see what you look like based off your body heat off Wi-Fi. Supposedly.
Oh, wow.
Supposedly. But my thing is this. So when does privacy?
it stops when you open your door.
I think that's valid.
When it Samsung that were having technology sent back to them because supposedly they had like built-in stuff in the software where they could hear or take, or they were storing pictures on their database or something.
To be fair, it don't
like that.
stop because of these. To be fair,
This is it.
Yeah.
They don't stop because of these.
But that's
But in,
what
Or
terms,
Alexa.
but in terms of cameras in the street,
just
street
cameras.
cameras, it stops there when you get in your house, innit?
Yeah.
'Cause obviously they're important for crime
Yeah.
and stuff like that, innit? So
I just
And when there's traffic, I need ways to be updated.
there you
Waze
go.
is the best
There
though.
you go.
I was helping
Sat nav as well.
Waze over Google.
I think Google Maps is better, you know.
What?
Yeah, but he's an Android.
Oh
boy.
yeah,
that?
no, I forget. I can't talk to you.
What you say?
Waze over Google.
I know Google Maps for me.
What?
Exactly, man.
You're an iPhone man, isn't it?
Yeah, Google
The
Maps.
disrespect
I thought
is real.
Google Maps was it. That was what I was preaching until I used Waze, and my time was cut
To be
short.
fair,
know it-
Waze might be better, but I haven't used it before.
You
so
know
I
what it
don't
is?
know.
It's
That was
like-
me. So
I
when I
haven't used it- I
used
haven't
it,
used
and I
it before.
realized, because even when I go on Google Maps,
Yeah.
and I have my Waze on,
Yeah.
Waze is like 15 minutes shorter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's why I started using
It
it.
keeps you moving.
Download Waze
keeps
right
you-
now.
yeah.
It keeps you.
You will go through someone's back garden if you have to.
You know, I might
get
be a
you
bit
there.
biased because I'm basing Google off the old Google before they went to Google Chrome and stuff. So when you tried to go on the maps on it, it was terrible. Right, but I haven't used it as of late now. But me,
I think I started using Waze a year ago. But before then, I'd only used Google Maps, and I swore by Google Maps. But now I just have a Waze. It's
The
just
thing is-
easier.
Waze it'll keep you moving, but you might have to do like a mile extra on top of whatever.
I don't want to do a mile extra.
No, but because it just keeps you moving. No, because it keeps you moving, but it's shorter time.
Oh,
You get so it'll be shorter time, but it might because it's keeping you moving. That means you might go round or whatever.
okay.
Yeah, then you can put in that little things to avoid. But anyhow,
shorter time, but longer distance.
sometimes
Basically.
not all the time. Not all the time. It might be
Okay.
short time, short distance, but
Okay.
it just
It depends, yeah.
the thing is
I'll
to
try
keep
it,
you
I'll try
moving.
They need to let me know when the Rother Hive tunnel's closed there. That's one thing that Waze is not. I might need to write to them. Because I get there and I see it's
Blackwall or-
closed and it's like,
Or Rother Hive?
no, Rother Hive. Like no one reports it and I don't know how to
Oh,
report
the
it on
actual-
a thing. So then when I get there, I see that it's closed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, does this open back up or what is the situation? It's just annoying. That's the only
Google
thing.
Maps now.
No, Google Maps don't tell me nothing either.
Is it?
Yeah, raggedy hoe. She don't tell me nothing.
I think a Google Maps just wouldn't use that. As a
Yeah.
route.
So
you
Google
think?
Maps knows when it's closed.
Yeah.
So it won't even take you.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
See how they're
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
I'm
sell you.
happy to check
Google- See how they're
both.
trying to sell you Google Maps.
Nah, I'm ways out already.
Need to return.
Ways is it. Backward never.
In terms of surveillance, I feel like they say Europe or was it England or London's got the most cameras in Europe or something like that,
Really?
which is crazy. So how much cameras more do we need? Really and truly, even though there's crime up and down the street, like you're never gonna get rid of crime, just like you're never gonna get rid of racism for me. But how much cameras more do you need, really and truly? And then the stuff that you should be stopping, you're not stopping. So what's all these cameras for?
Well, the thing is, yeah, when like Yusuf was basically saying, it would kind of stop outside of your house, right? Let's just say it did, right? But if the government or people saw that was super effective, what's to stop them from not bugging your phones and all that type of stuff?
They already do though.
Because if you can only commit the crime outside,
Yeah.
right? Surely the prevention is better than the cure, innit? So might as well
100%.
stop this guy in his house.
Like that film, what's it? The Minority Report. I know it's set in the future, but the premise is that they try to prevent the crime before it happens.
Yeah.
But obviously, with certain crimes, they already have your phone tapped and all that. And you're just never going to hear that. If they're talking about terrorism and all that, remember, there's like trigger words.
Yeah.
If you're on the phone,
Yeah.
I'm not saying AI, but whatever type of system they have in place, it picks up those words, then it starts tapping
Do you know? I want to know what job that is. I want to do it. You know,
What's that? The listening.
the listening. Yeah.
I think you're going to be deep undercover.
But I hope like I can like interject some phone calls.
Well, if you're at that level, then probably, yeah, why not? Do you know what I mean? But
I'd really, honestly, I've actually, I might look into it. I'd really like to do those jobs.
just that pure surveillance. We're not talking about like action based. Your job there is to, so you know, like in the film,
Yeah.
we just want you to surveil.
And I
but
flag it
then
up.
That person becomes a hero and says, "No, I need to jump involved in this crime now and prevent it." X, Y, Z.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
Excuse me, this is not me.
You might get in a situation like that. Would you do
No, I
that?
wouldn't.
Yeah, but if you're surveillance a criminal.
I don't think you know how I am.
Okay, so you're not gonna get.
I don't get my hands dirty for nothing.
You're gonna call your boss and be like,
I'm a germaphobe. I don't get my hands dirty.
Wow.
I will be like, hey, this is what crime's happening. Here, you might want to go there. Do you want to come with us? And I would not like to.
No, fair enough.
Yo, go ahead. Let me stay back here and make sure. Solve other crimes. That's my role.
Do you think you could be in a situation where, say you're doing surveillance on a particular, I don't know, person, right? And you thought, you know what, there's more to this person, right? And then start to have sympathy for that person. This person's a terrorist.
That's my love story. now, Bonnie and Clyde. Now I'm on the run with him.
You see?
Imagine.
I was watching something the other day. It was like a documentary based on the crime family in America. You know, the American Italians. And this guy was basically saying he was surveillancing this guy for time, so he felt like he knew him. But so, I'm not to say that you're going to sympathise with certain criminals, but he's basically saying that because he was watching him for so long, he felt like he knew him, but he didn't know him.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying, that he's just listening to his phone calls, videos, this, that, such. So I don't know how much of a simple.
That is a real thing, though.
Yeah, you could fall
Because
into.
you start to. Because I'm listening to this.
Sympathetic to that.
I'm listening to this crime podcast at the moment. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's called Scamanda.
Is it with a woman?
Yeah,
What's her name?
Amanda.
Oh, I thought it said Commando. Sorry.
No. The podcast is called Scamanda,
Yeah.
and the woman it's called Amanda.
Is it just her talking?
No, it's someone else talking about what she did.
Okay.
Someone telling the
okay,
story.
Okay.
And Tolly actually recommended it. And she's a scammer. She's one heck of a scammer. But the thing is, like, the detective that was start investigating her, like, you get obsessed with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You get
getting
obsessed
obsessed with the case.
Because they're like your subject, but like beyond the case,
Yeah.
you just get obsessed with this person. You feel like I know them and I know what they're gonna like. You kind of channel what they're gonna do next. And I've heard a lot of like FBI agents and like when I watch crime stuff, this is what they say. Like you just start to think like them and be like, okay, what they're gonna do next. And it leads you right because you're like, if I know this person from all the things I've been gathering, they're probably gonna be here. They're gonna do this next.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yep.
It's lit.
Yeah. You can see how, I don't know, a crime investigator or some kind of police officer could get obsessed with a case, especially if they've been chasing one person for a time.
Yeah.
Like, look at that film with Leonardo DiCaprio and he's the scam artist.
What's it called?
And it's Tom Hanks that's chasing him. and they become brethren after a while.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
My man's chasing him for time though.
Yeah.
Like just like that, you're obsessed with the case. That's the you don't even care about the case no more. You care about
Was it?
my
Was
man.
it? Was it? Catch Me If You Can.
Is that
Yes,
what it's
I
called?
think that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Something along those lines, right? And he just that's before the whole fraud thing was like big and all that. This guy was doing checks. You think people can do checks now in this day? and age?
No chance,
checks.
exactly.
Get the hell out of here. So yeah, I can see how you can get
If you like stuff like that, watch White Collar. It's one of the best shows I ever watched.
white collar.
What's it about?
Yeah, it's like an art thief, and he's being
Ah,
trying
yes.
to catch him.
And he and the guy that's catching him, and he's got a wife. And
Yes,
he's
he
an
does.
FBI.
Yes.
Yes,
It's such a
good.
good,
Yeah, I watched that. They're good.
good series.
I probably got into that.
Very
you know.
good.
I finished the whole thing.
It was so sick.
Yeah, they need to bring that back.
I cried at
so-
the end.
What?
Don't do your face like that.
No, but I didn't know we
I
were
can't
going
remember
down
what
that path. Like, I
can't
know it
remember
was
what
good.
happened. No, but it was like I can't remember what happened. I was like, it was so good.
There was one more thing he wanted to do, and I think
Yeah.
he had a deal on the table or something
Yeah,
along them lines.
yeah.
And he was caught between
A rock and a hard place.
basically, and like,
It's so good, man. It's such a good film.
it's actually good. It's actually,
No,
shows like
friends.
that I can get down with.
I
But,
love shows like that.
yeah, and it's like inside because there's criminals out there like that. Like these men are just thieves.
Yeah.
You meet them day to day and you'll never know. Right? I mean that cold hearted. Like, I've seen that small level thieves.
Yeah.
So when I'm thinking of like big thieves like that, these men that are going to auctions and all that and just looking around like they're nothing to do with nothing. In 2 days' time they're robbing the place.
Yeah.
These things really happen. So
It reminds me of what's it called? Is it the Thomas Crown affair?
yes, with Piers Brosnan.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
I've
it,
seen that. Yeah. That's another good show. I mean, good film. These men exist. They don't just make them out from nowhere. Imagine though, your day-to-day life is like a real white collar crime, and
Why didn't I go into that life?
why didn't you? It's not too late, you know.
I'm actually gonna look into it.
It's not too late still, but you have to be smooth. Like I've seen some smooth operators, like with my own eyes, where I'm like, I didn't know this is at this level.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because I'm like I don't lie, but when I do lie, I'm good at lying.
I didn't know you're good at lying.
I am.
What
You know how much people do?
what kind of confession is this?
There's a lot.
What? Wow. Okay. Cool. Fair enough.
I'm a walking
But
liar.
it's about being a poker face as well, though, right? Because you're basically have two lives, right?
Yeah.
Because then
Exactly.
there's you, and then there's the cat lady, which is the burglar. That
I currently have 2 lives. So imagine if I'm in a
You say you
position
currently
like,
have 2
I
lives?
get to have like 4.
Did you say you currently have 2 lives?
You heard me
You're a
right.
Secret agent, yeah.
You heard me right.
Go on. MI5 and
love
thing. I hear you.
It's lit.
Imagine.
Huh?
What do you think about Big Brother?
I'm cool with the surveillance. Nah, just joking.
That sounds like a snitch, man.
Yeah.
That's what you went. That's what you had. Gosh.
I don't like the complete control that they have, but if it's a choice of all control or no control, obviously saving lives and in fact I might pick no control, to be honest. If it was just 2 options.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's best to let everybody just have their way with it, and then when they complain, they just shrug. Yeah, you guys wanted us not to be looking at stuff, so we can't prevent anything.
No, but God forbid, but what if a child in our life gets abducted or gets taken away?
Yeah, 100%.
We need surveillance
100%.
to get them.
But if they're saying we don't do any in betweens, we're not going to pick and choose. It's either or.
Yeah.
Then I would choose the or.
The or?
Yeah, just the one that is no control.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because like I've said in the show many times, I believe in freedoms, right? But do you feel like sometimes, do you guys believe that with real freedom, people just doing whatever they want to do, human beings will kind of sort things out, and there won't be as much, for example, abductions and terrorism and stuff? Or do you feel like with control, that's probably what kind of makes those things possible anyway?
Yeah, and I think it's the way they're perverse with the control, though. Do you understand? And they only implement it in order to be more perverse with it. It's never a case of we're trying to be morally good or ethically. No, it's not that at all. And that's what I despise about it. And I do believe that if there weren't police and the police were completely corrupt, then society and communities would be able to govern themselves far more better. So that's my.
Well, are you implying from your question that there'll be less crime if there wasn't surveillance?
No, I don't know if I'm suggesting
You're saying
that.
we
No,
could-
not
we
you. I'm
could
saying from
police
Iman's
ourselves,
first
though.
question, was
No, I
that
think
what
it
you were
was.
leading towards? Yeah.
I think it wasn't just crime though. I think it was everything that.
So human beings would be more free if you weren't being watched.
Yeah. So it would be more free, but I feel like people you may develop more community that way, and so there may be less reason to harm or to,
But
you know what I'm
do
saying?
in your everyday life, how much do you think about the fact that you're being watched? Because I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
The only time I do is when I'm driving. Apart from that, I don't really. I'm not conscious that there's cameras everywhere. I just live my life in it. Even when I'm in the lift, when the camera's right there, I just. You know what I'm trying to
I
say?
think it depends what I'm doing as well.
just free.
But if I'm obviously we all know. Obviously, this is real life Big Brother in terms of in the Big Brother house. At some point in time, they say they forget that the camera's there and just carry on living their life. But out here, this is real life. So obviously, we live our life day to day. But in terms of, it just depends what you're doing, I guess. But most people, we're not going to think about the cameras.
Yeah.
For prevention, fair enough. But then a lot of crime happens anyway. So there's a part of me where I've heard this guy saying that the top bosses will think that if there's no control down here, it's anarchy. But really and truly, we'll be policing ourselves within the community.
This is what I'm saying.
To what degree, though? I reckon the thing is, imagine if crime already happens when there's surveillance. Imagine if there was no surveillance.
It's already anarchy, though. There's already
Yeah, so
look at
yeah,
this
but
what
there's
I'm
levels to
saying.
anarchy. It'll be more anarchy.
But one may
The
say,
world couldn't function without rules and regulations in it.
Yeah, you
Remember,
say that.
there's
That's what you're told.
There's anarchy. I'm just going off what I see, to be fair, because there's anarchy with rules and regulations. So imagine taking that away.
Yeah, but
it'll be pandemonium.
Those rules and regulations, they apply to people until they don't have to. For example, you go to America, you get caught with driving and something, and you get caught for a crime, and then this next dude gets caught for a crime. Why do you get more and he doesn't? Like, why? So then it comes down to race. That don't make no sense. So then, like, certain rules apply to certain people when it should apply to everyone.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with surveillance?
Just in general, like, no. But the point I'm making though is obviously you get arrested for something, and then because of surveillance, they can tell you be doing the exact same crime as someone else, but someone else will get the with less time than you.
I don't know if I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm lost still. You
No,
lost me.
it might be me.
Yeah,
you might be doing a great job.
you lost me.
It might be going over my head.
I was trying to
You know what I mean?
connect the dots. I was trying
And also,
to
when you were
connect
talking,
the
I was thinking about other stuff.
dots. Who you're thinking about other stuff?
No, other stuff to do with this conversation. Like other points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
okay,
my mind was
okay.
all over the place.
Yeah,
Apologies.
anyway, point of the matter is, I feel like surveillance and crime and, tired of it, man.
do you
Go back to anarchy.
I agree with what you're saying about if you were to then remove the cameras, I think it'll get worse. But do you feel like before that, though, before the cameras came, there was less crime? And so maybe perhaps with the surveillance and this, things kind of got worse.
The thing is, if there was never ever any surveillance going back to the inception of it, then obviously society would have grown and developed in a certain way. I mean, we adapt to what's happening. So if there was never ever any cameras, then who knows what the world would look like, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? We might self-regulate ourselves.
We would think that the world would look worse.
But back in the days when there was no cameras, what was the crime rates like? What was the murder rates like? What was it like back then? Was it still rife?
We don't really know, though.
Because regardless of surveillance, those things occur. Those things are things that human beings do, innit?
And they're still occurring now, though.
Exactly. So imagine.
No, but that's what I get.
Okay, wait. Do you feel like criminals
Yeah.
move a certain way because of surveillance and police?
100%.
Exactly. So they have to be tactile in their decisions. They
should be.
No.
No, actually, then again.
They want to commit this crime to the best of their abilities and not get caught in it.
You say that, but then I remember reading something and they were saying that within the black community, that 85% of our crime is unplanned. So that 50% if something happens to you, you call me 5%, you call someone else 5%, and they go do X, Y, Z. That's not. So most men are not thinking about just the surveillance, really and truly. They should be.
No, certain crimes they are thinking about surveillance.
Big man,
if you're doing a bank
if
robbery,
I'm beating you up and I'm recording you, What?
No.
But then you post it though.
That's a specific crime, isn't it?
No, it doesn't matter though. But it's still.
Some
You're
crimes.
handing surveillance over to them.
I know, but that's a specific scenario. If you're, for example, doing a bank robbery, when you're planning that, you're thinking about where the cameras.
Yeah, where the cameras are.
You're getting the blueprint for the building.
You don't want to look up at the camera.
Exactly. But if you and your boy get into a little fisticuffs and it's GBH thing, you not once thought about the cameras.
You know what?
It depends.
I would think because I know where I'm coming from. I would think about the cameras. There's certain things I would do in a situation just so. This is gonna sound crazy. There's certain things I would do in a situation just so when it gets to court, I got half a chance.
Okay.
I got half a chance, and it sounds crazy, but I thought about it because again, like sometimes it just takes a thought to avoid a certain crime, or a thought just to avoid certain things.
Yeah.
So like I have a pal sitting down in the can now. All he had to do is think about it. He would be out now. That's what I'm saying. Like he was doing other things in his life, like going well, whatever. But sometimes it just comes to thoughts and all that. I'm telling you now, surveillance is a big thing as well. That's how a lot of people get caught.
Yeah, no, I
Not
believe
thinking. Like, so you know, each to their own though. Don't do crime.
Of course.
Because you know what, yeah? Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like when the government puts in certain things, right, to help society overall, I do believe it does help certain people. Like, for example, look at benefits, the welfare system and stuff like this, right? But prior to that, communities did help. Like, you can go to your next door neighbor, borrow sugar, this, that, and the third. I don't know if anyone would do that today, right? But there was a different mentality back then where you kind of look out for your fellow person, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's kind of like, this might not be a good analogy, but you know when you go to certain places, and like the traffic lights don't work.
Yeah.
And people are kind of sorting themselves out.
Yeah, they do.
That happens all the time around where I live.
All the time,
all the time.
Yeah.
But do you not find that sometimes you get to where you need to get there quicker?
Because, I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you can kind of just navigate. But if there was temporary lights there now.
There's always someone that's going to wait.
Temporary lights is what they bust the most.
No, but there's always someone that's going to wait there at the lights. There's always that one person. And you drive past them, you're like, you dickhead.
But the thing is, before they bust them red lights, what is the thought process?
The thought process is to get where I'm going.
No.
They're not the full process.
No, are there any cameras?
They look around.
No.
They look.
No, it's are there any cameras? Some traffic lights don't have cameras.
Yeah, that's true. But
Exactly.
you would still look around to see who's coming the other way.
Of course,
who's behind
but
you,
one of the first thoughts is, does this traffic light have cameras? And if it doesn't,
no, that's not the first thought.
It's one of the first thoughts.
Yeah, it's not how the man has been driving still.
I ain't talking about just a man there. I'm talking about just anyone.
No, I'm just saying. I can only speak.
I see people bust red lights on a daily basis.
Yeah, no, 100%. But they're not thinking about. In my mind, again, I've seen someone at the lights. We've been sat here for a while.
Yeah.
First thing I do is I'm thinking about busting these lights. I'm looking around to see who's on the other side of the road or any other cars. I look around. So look around because of surveillance. I don't know. You bust the lights and you see them straight away. You're buggered. That's what I'm saying. So really and truly, you're looking out for them.
Police is a form of surveillance too.
Yeah, 100%.
So it ain't just cameras. It's
100%. That's what I mean. When I'm looking around, I'm not looking around for cameras. I'm looking around because of who I might.
At a set of lights, I'm looking at the cameras first, and also I'm looking around for feds too. Both.
Yeah, surveillance and feds go hand in hand basically because that is a form of.
And even have you seen that guy on YouTube or online? He drives around on his bike, recording people.
Yeah, no, I know someone that caught him. No, I know someone.
I hate that guy.
My guy Pat. Got caught by him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I don't. When he was telling me,
did he put the footage online?
I don't. I have to check. I'm gonna message him. I have to check. But my thing is this: I'd never. You see these people on YouTube. You never think you're gonna hear anyone that runs into them, kind of thing. And he said, "Yeah." Pat's like, "Yeah, man, he got me, man."
What a loser! And the thing is, if you go to his Twitter bio, it shows the amount of convictions that he's had.
No way.
Like he boasts about.
No, I respect him for it. No, he stands it in his chest. Like he's saying it with his chest. Like he said, "I done this."
Bro, he don't get paid for this,
100%. He don't give a damn.
He does a random
but there's people
loser.
out there that rate him for it. There's people out there that are like, yes, you go. Like whether or not they're Karens or XYZ, there's people out there that rate him for it. And when I found out my guy got caught by, I was like, how did you manage to get caught by a guy on a bike and a phone? Come on, man. What kind of terrible surveillance is that? That's like a Zay-list spy or something. That don't make no sense. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's the best type of surveillance. A guy who's dedicating his life to catching people on their phones.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Like, you know what I mean?
That's terrible, bro.
No, what I'm saying is that's even more efficient than The police.
No,
but
how's that more efficient? The police are an organisation, bro. That's one man.
I'm saying that.
So it's Rambo.
that
It's Rambo on the
act.
phone.
What I'm saying is, there's no task force of the police or dedicated to catch people on their phones.
Brother,
This guy drives around single-handedly. He makes it his job to do it. Exactly.
Yes. My man is RoboCop / Rambo with a phone.
I'm telling you,
that is crazy.
That one man by himself has convicted more people than the whole of the Metropolitan Police.
Yeah, but the Metropolitan Police are
I'm telling you.
shit, though, innit? Their man are just, pardon my French, their man are just terrible, innit? They're meant to be preventing certain crimes. Even in America, it's called, it's serve and protect, right? In America, that's their slogan. What's it over here? Does anyone even know? Look, see what I'm saying? Nobody knows.
I don't think there is a slogan.
Bro, and then you got man getting like months or not getting no jail time for when they should be buried under the jail. So what we really and truly, what's the point? What's the point of having them? They were employed to do certain things X amount of years ago, and now they're around to try to keep us in order. But what order? What order? Look at France. Shout out to them, man. That's what I'm saying. The surveillance ain't helping you there.
Yeah, but it ain't just the surveillance, is it?
But I mean, and it's in general, though, man.
But crime's gonna run regardless of police or surveillance, obviously.
Might as well get rid of the police.
Why?
Police ourselves.
You think human beings can police themselves?
I think we can. I think it would be much more like...
No, impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible, bro.
It's impossible.
Long before police were around, like, our people were policing ourselves. That is just
Are you forgetting that some human beings are heathens? Degenerates. So you think that
a lot of human beings are
exactly
heathens.
so
100%.
How do you think that all these heathens and degenerates
that's down to
are going to be able to police ourselves when
that's down to the community, bro?
What's that?
That's down to the community.
Fam, there's too many people on this earth to police ourselves. There needs to be, and don't get me wrong, I'm not some pro-police person. I'm just pro, you know what it is about these conversations, right? I have a family, innit?
Yeah.
So I like to think about what if something happened to my family, what would I want? It's not all about street shit.
No, I don't care about the street stuff. I just care about the good morals and values. Like I don't care about...
Man's a civilian.
No, I hear it. But my thing is this, if you're there to serve and protect, I'm just going off the American slogan. If you're there to serve and protect, do that. Like, people die in custody. Well, how's that serving and protecting? Who's serving?
But don't get me wrong. Police are corrupt. Police are... You know what I mean?
So then what is the point of us having them?
Because there's always going to be a win rate in it. There's always going to be a loss rate and a win rate in it. That's how it goes.
And do you feel like they do more good than bad? As much as they do bad, do you feel like they prevent more than they cause? Because if you do, then that would be the
because
reason.
you don't know how many crimes are not committed purely based on the presence of the police.
Yeah, but that's
the fact that the police exist.
That's more down to...
No. The fact that the police even exist prevents crimes, right? Certain crimes don't get at the person's head because of the police.
You have to bear in mind, when you're talking about crimes being prevented, it's not like, okay, for example, when you talk about the whole terrorist thing, what we're talking about earlier on, in terms of like keywords and all that, those crimes can be prevented because them men are being surveillanced. I understand that.
I don't think...
What do you mean?
That's what I mean. I'm talking about...
Just normal crimes.
No. The sheer presence and the existence of the police prevents crimes. Example, when I was younger, one of my biggest fears, I had two fears in life in terms of getting into crime, was my dad and going to jail. So the pure existence of jail and the police prevented me from doing things I shouldn't have done. That's what I mean. Its sheer existence. It's obviously not everyone.
I hear that.
Yeah, it's a deterrent, exactly.
I hear that. But if you bro, big man, in this day and age, you're gonna do what you gotta do. So the prevention, what it's meant to stand for, it's not gonna stop some people. Really,
obviously it's not gonna stop some people.
No, I know. People go out and
it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop some people. Obviously, there's certain things I've done, certain things I haven't done, but it's gonna stop some people, and it has stopped some people. Yeah,
I just feel like they within their system they should be doing a lot more than they are.
Yeah, no, I agree. I 100% agree.
And it's just a shame. So it's like you got all this surveillance again. The London has so much cameras everywhere. They can track you from your house to wherever you're going and back again.
Yeah,
like that is wild. But
the thing is, if you're just going out, if you're just living your life day to day without doing anything untoward, then is it really an issue?
No, of course
That's
not.
what I'm saying.
So if you are doing something, then
but you shouldn't be doing something.
What do you mean you shouldn't be? You're gonna do what you gotta do in this day and age. What's man on about? You got to live, king.
Are we gonna have a proper conversation?
No, we're having a proper conversation. No, we are. What do you mean?
Listen.
God.
If you're going about your day to day, living your regular life, you shouldn't be worried about
That,
not
innit?
about worrying.
No,
It's-
hear me out.
Go,
If you're doing things, listen, I'm not some saint trying to preach, right?
Yeah.
But if you're out there doing things you shouldn't do, of course you're gonna be worrying about surveillance. But you shouldn't be doing it. I get
No, I hear you.
Don't give me the whole. I get it, bruv. Man, them from the block, survival.
No.
You don't have to give me. You don't have to give me that speech.
I'm a civilian
You have to
too.
give me that speech. You have to give me that speech. I'm trying to say. I grew up on ends. It's fine. You don't have to give me that speech, bro. I understand. What I'm saying is, man, them don't have to be doing that, innit? You don't.
Can I just say I'm a civilian too? You know.
No, you ain't.
I pay taxes.
You ain't.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm just saying that. So
You can't pick and choose, Rich. Because
what do you mean? Where am I picking?
You've lived 2 different lives. innit?
Yes, I have. So
You're
I
there
can speak on
screaming
both.
for community policing. If there were community policing, we'd have bagged you time ago.
Yeah, I don't mind that though. That's
community
fine.
would have
But I'm
locked you up time ago.
Yeah, but I'm on a different path and a different trajectory now.
No,
so
innit?
I can
And now you're
speak.
screaming "Bun the police."
I've always been bun the police.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, I've
You've been
always, and
consistent.
I will always
But
I'll
you
be
don't want-
consistent
you
with
don't-
that.
You don't want certain governance.
I will be consistent with bun the police because I know how they treated people, and on top of that, it's like I know why they were created. They're still here from remnants from XYZ days. But my thing is this: you're meant to be doing a certain job. Do your certain job. Again, you have paedophiles getting away with this, people getting away with that, etc. Where's the prevention from there? Where you're meant to be the police, so police. Then we want to police ourselves.
No, the thing is, I get what you're saying, right? The police aren't perfect, and they do a lot of things wrong, which I fully agree with and I back you. But the thing is, getting rid of them entirely isn't the answer.
What's the answer? Make them better. How you gonna make them better?
That's a part of it. I'm not the police commissioner. I don't know.
How you gonna make them better?
Remove the racism.
That's not gonna
Never
happen.
got nowhere. That's institutionalized. Never got nowhere. So, guy, next. How you making them better?
I've answered your question. If it
That
is
doesn't answer the
if it is
question. We're getting rid of racism. That's a society thing. That's like
is-
when they talk about football and then we say, oh, racism in football, etc. It's not a football thing. That's a society thing. Unless you get rid of it in society, it's not going nowhere. So talking about getting rid of it in the institution, it's not going to happen, bro.
But the thing is, the existence of the police, even though it's corrupt and racist, right? The good that it does do, right, is I think it counteracts. Doesn't counteract the bad, but to remove it completely is worse. Even just to have, let's just say the police do 40% good and 60% bad, right? Even though 60% bad, even that 40% is still important in it. So to remove another 100% bad is catastrophic.
Okay, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna try and I don't know if I still get it on my phone. I remember getting a video of someone that was taking a video of a book, and then within this book is all these police officers and their crimes or what they're in court for. When I'm telling you, I'm looking at this video and saying, raw, like there's that much man going back and forth in the court system now, and these guys are all police officers or police women or whatever. Heinous crimes. In my mind, I'm like, hold on. These men are meant to be protecting and serving us. That's like you sending your child to school and the teacher that's teaching is just a crackhead on a Saturday, Sunday, Friday, whatever, and then Monday she's back to your like. And so what? I'm meant to be happy with this. Come on, man. I'm a taxpayer now. I'm a civilian now.
So when things happen to you, or if they did happen to you, what's your first call of action? So let's just say hypothetically, your house gets robbed, your car gets.
My
broken
house has been
into.
robbed before, so next. I didn't call the police, so next.
Ooh, tough guy.
No, it's not about being tough.
Nah.
What? I'm not a tough guy. I roll with this.
No.
How does this make me tough?
I'm
Can
trying to
everyone see this?
Those
I'm gonna
questions.
squeeze it for you guys just so you can see it as well. Look, does that make me tough? It make me look
Relax,
weird,
man.
But I don't understand.
The questions weren't for me to antagonize you.
I'm not antag-
It
you
was
can't
for me.
antagonize
It was
me,
for
but
me to
please.
find out what you would do in the scenarios, and,
Okay,
and
I'm
you
not
told
calling
me.
the police. I'm not calling the police.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I'm your friend right now.
I know. I hear you.
Yeah, so I'm not asking you the questions to be like, oh, what?
No, but
I'm trying to find out what does Rich do
Yeah.
in certain scenarios, so I know how far your fuck the police goes. Your house got house got robbed, and then what? You didn't call the police.
No.
Okay, cool. And that's something you'll continue to do, even when you're married with kids. Like,
I'm gonna do things accordingly.
okay, cool. How did you deal with your house getting robbed?
Go over it.
Oh, you didn't report anything. Did anything of value go?
A couple of things are missing, but it is what it is. Man. I'm
Okay,
not
cool.
gonna-
Your car gets broken into. Your car gets stolen.
You're obviously gonna have to call the insurance. You have to get the
Yeah.
glass fixed, etc.
Do you know if you like lose your phone? I know this is a super reason. You lose your phone. You have to go and get the
You have to go and get the police report number.
That's different. If you have to do that, no, but you have to go. You don't have to call the police. You just gotta go there and say,
if you're the police,
you gotta report your crime. No, I hear that.
The same way your house got robbed, you thought bun that. If your phone goes missing, don't go to get the police report number, big man, for the insurance.
Yeah, why not? I have to though.
No, you don't have to.
That's the procedure I have to take.
No, you don't have to.
I have to.
No.
Yes, you do.
But you didn't go to the police when your house got robbed.
Because I don't have to.
No, man.
I don't have to. There's no insurance.
Be consistent.
No, I'm being consistent. The what's calls are gone. The items are gone.
Wait. Do you have insurance for your phone?
No.
No.
So
you don't have to go to get a number anyway then.
Yeah, for real. No, but if I had insurance, I'll go get the number.
You don't have phone insurance.
No. If I had insurance, I'll go get the number 100%. But if it's my house, there's nothing I can do about it. All right,
cool. God forbid, first and foremost, touch all the wood in the world.
Is it even wood?
Someone in your family goes missing, abducted, is missing.
Call the man them. We'll call the police for. It'll be like 24 hours, blah, 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 blah. This, that. You'll find out more by talking to people than talking to the police.
You know you can do both, right?
I know, but how much people have the police brought back from being abducted? Do you know?
So you don't... Wait. You don't want to increase the chances of your loved one being found?
I want my loved one to be found.
Do you want to increase the chances?
I got a better chance of praying to God than the police actually bringing back my loved one.
Do you want to increase the chances?
100%.
Okay, cool. So call the police and call the man.
There's no reason for me to call the police, man. I'm alright, man.
So under no circumstances is Rich calling the police?
I don't need to call the police.
Cool.
I don't. I've lived my
Your
life
Honor,
so far.
that's the end of my questioning.
I've lived my life so far without dialing 999. Say, hello, can I have the police, please? I need some help. I need some help right now. I've lived my life so far without
you
doing
haven't got situations where you had to. I've never called the police before.
I've been in some terrible situations. What do you mean? That I've been in some absolute heinous, terrible situations. I still didn't call the police. But I need your help.
Yeah, because
help me.
Because you didn't have to. Because you didn't have to. You didn't have to. Clearly,
I'm just not built like that.
No, but you didn't have to call them.
I'm not built like
that.
You
don't have to call them, which is fine.
Most people calling the police.
But
I'm not.
But you didn't have to call them. Hence why you didn't.
It's not going to happen. Help, please.
The thing is, you know. I hate when grown men.
No, I'm not being. Am I being unreasonable?
Man.
Am I being unreasonable?
Stop acting like this.
I'm not.
No, man, bro.
Oh my god.
Sorry, man.
I just said if I had insurance, I'm going to go to the police because that's the procedure I have to take.
You're doing that. Help! Like you're turning it into like a victim thing. I'm not calling you a victim.
No, even if you was calling me a victim, I wouldn't mind.
Help! Like
but even if you was calling me a victim, I wouldn't mind.
But that rhetoric you're trying to spew is like I'm trying to say,
I'm
a victim.
I find it funny.
Come and get me.
I find it funny.
No one said that. You're too defensive on this topic.
I'm not being defensive.
I'm not
fond of the police.
You don't like the police. Neither did anyone else in here. But I'm just trying to be mature about this.
I'm being mature.
Over to you.
Let's go.
There is. No one likes the police. We all think the police are racist and corrupt. But I'm trying to be mature.
I'm being mature.
I'm being mature.
Oh,
man. Let's go.
All I was going to say is, remember, the police and surveillance, are two different things, isn't it?
100%, but we got here. Now we're here.
We're here.
We're here.
Well, what I was going to say to you is, before we have to go into headlines, with regards to the surveillance thing, do you feel like reality TV is kind of normalizing extra surveillance? So let's just say, the government, for example, said, you know what, we need to put in more cameras, we need to do more of this, more of that, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel like us watching reality TV kind of normalizes that in our brains?
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
Not really, no.
No?
No, because this is a show, this is for entertainment.
Yeah, but it's still...
And without the cameras, we can't see this anyway. And this is reality TV.
But it's kind of like what Rich was saying before, At first, it's like, cool, they were in the house, whatever, and you're conscious of the cameras, but after a while, it's like, you forget they're there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in real life...
The cameras are always there.
Yeah, and they may say, well, you just get used to it. If you're not doing anything untoward, what you got to worry about?
That was your words. That's basically what you were saying.
Yeah, but I didn't retract my statement.
No, but I'm just saying
No, but I don't see it that way. I don't see... His question was, do I see reality TV as a way which is normalizing surveillance? I don't see it that way because reality TV to me is the same as regular TV. If it's a regular movie and a series, you're still being filmed. The difference is this is reality TV. This is recording people's real lives, and without the cameras, there's no concept of the show anyway. So I don't see it.
You know,
that way at all.
We don't realize. Obviously, you've travelled quite a bit now.
I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't, but I know that. I feel like in this part of the world, we probably don't realize how much surveillance affects us in terms of you go to another country, you get robbed, whatever. You go to the police,
Yeah.
man, I tell you, there's no cameras on that road.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen over here.
Yeah.
There's so many cameras.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I get it's a part of it is meant to be for your benefit in terms of preventing stuff. Again, how much stuff gets prevented.
Yeah.
Well, then, you know, with the watching reality TV, you are kind of normalized to you're watching. Remember, we're in a voyeur era now.
I
Anyway,
think mobile phones normalize surveillance for me more so than reality TV.
no, but because you're watching, you're
So-
constantly watching someone's story.
No,
That's a
I'm
voyeur
not
era,
talking about
bro.
watching story.
So what do you mean? Then?
I'm talking about the fact that I could do something, turn around and someone's recording me. Like the fact that at any given time someone could pull out their phone and record me, to me is more prevalent in terms of like CCTV because you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Like
people do it, yeah,
people
up
all the
and
time.
down.
There'll be times when I'll come to Buck Gina.
Yeah.
The first thing she does, pull out a camera, starts putting it in my face.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, bro, put your Snapchat down, bro. Like, let me just walk into the room. So the presence of cameras
Yeah.
and social media, more so for me, conflates.
Ain't it all the
Surveillance.
same
I was
about to say,
thing? No,
it's
but
like
ain't it all the
all-
same thing?
No,
Like, yeah,
how?
reality
It's not the
TV,
same.
voyeur
No, but
era.
remember, I'm not on
People
reality-
put out your
I'm
phones.
not on reality TV.
It doesn't matter though,
Maybe
but you're
not-
watching it though for
It's not-
entertainment. That's a voyeur. That is you being a voyeur, bro.
No,
You're watching other people.
I get. I'm a voyeur of reality TV of surveillance in this era, but it doesn't make me more aware of surveillance. Watching reality TV
Okay,
is what
cool.
I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, that's fair
Like
enough.
I get the concept. I get what you
Yeah,
guys are saying,
yeah,
but it doesn't
I
make
get
me.
it,
I don't
yeah.
sit down and think, rah, we're really being watched, or it doesn't.
No. Yeah, 100%. But it's not so more so being aware of surveillance, but more so becoming used to the idea that you can be watched and have no problem with it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, dumb down, normalized.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
I hear what you guys are saying, but no, for me, that thought has never really come to my mind. But maybe subconsciously it has. You know what I mean? But I think for me, definitely the presence of mobile phones and social media, especially the Snapchat era, that's when I was like, you know what, this is too
everything
much.
was
I think
recorded.
that's a
And
good point. That definitely ties
Yeah.
in with it and makes it.
it's all under the same bracket in terms of that being a voyeur. This era, you're watching people's Snapchats, you're watching reality TV,
Yeah.
the cameras.
Yeah.
Like it is very normal.
And you're forgetting how many, for example, memes or funny videos exist online where the person never gave the person permission to film them. Like, for example, like someone might be in a gym and see someone with dead crepes on. Film their crepes,
and post it.
give commentary, slap it online. Or whose uncle is this? No one asks you to film me and put it on social media. You know what I mean? So that to me is the worst thing that happens with
I feel
surveillance.
like I've definitely been caught on one of them before. Maybe dancing or something crazy. Yeah, I think I got caught dancing. But it can happen though. That's the thing though, and that's the problem. You know, I feel like we are normal or normalized to it now. But surveillance is, yeah, man, it's taking over the world, man.
Do you feel like so do you feel like because of surveillance though it will kind of stifle growth in terms of like us being individuals? Because essentially, remember, it's not just about the watching, it's what the watching is, what you do with the watching. You know what I'm saying? So for example, okay, cool, I see you guys doing this particular thing, that's fine, but it doesn't stop there. What if I don't like what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? And one could easily say, yeah, well, if it's a criminal act, then obviously, you know, they can jump in this, that, and the third. But what if it's just, I'll prefer you do X as opposed to Y? The actual freedom to just think and be different could be, you know what I'm saying, taken away.
I don't know, maybe. The thing is, the sheer presence of surveillance may tamper with your freedom to a certain degree, even just subconsciously. But do we feel like that in the room? Do we feel like, you know, we're restricted to what we can do based on surveillance? Do you feel like when you wake up, like you can't really do what you want to do because of surveillance?
I mean, okay.
You know what I mean?
I was about to say I walk around my house very freely, and on one side of my house I ain't got no curtains. So if you're looking in, you can see me butt cheeks out, X, Y, Z. I don't really.
I'm the same sometimes. Sometimes
I don't.
my
Like,
blinds are just.
Yeah, I got one of them. You know, like I got high ceilings.
Yeah.
Them old school big windows. No curtain there, so you see me in the morning just walking around freely, cheeks out, etc., etc., etc. So I don't really care in that respective, but nah. Again, I don't, as you said earlier on, I don't really think about it until we have conversations like this, and it's that we really do have a lot of cameras. from there following you from your house. You know how much crime shows have you watched where XYZ done blah blah blah? They followed him driving, then he was walking, then he was whatever, like kind of thing. So,
All right, but what bad do you think occurs from the fact that there's a lot of surveillance? Like, what examples do you have where it's had a negative effect on XYZ?
A negative effect.
Because if it's not having a negative effect on anything, then is it really a problem? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, when you really think about it, what could you list the negative effects, not just hypothetically?
Okay.
Like, what's actually occurred?
Okay, I don't want to. So there was a story once where the police were watching this brother from South London or Northwest, and they were watching him for time, and basically he got into something with someone, and they bodied his brother, and the police seen it, and they done absolutely nothing. So I get they're there for surveillance,
Yeah.
but then you've seen this thing happen, and you've done nothing.
But that more speaks to
It's still surveillance.
corrupt. No, but
No, they weren't. I don't know if they were.
Yeah, but-
I wouldn't say they were corrupt because their thing was surveillance. My man.
yeah, but
Like,
okay, cool. But this question I'm asking now is not about the police.
You just mean in general.
I'm talking about just cameras.
Okay.
Not bad police, not
okay,
racist police.
Okay. Negative.
Because the reason why I'm asking, because I feel like the idea of the negative, consequences of surveillance is what we're thinking about, not the reality of it.
What?
Like we're thinking of why we think surveillance may be bad and hypotheticals, but in
As
reality,
opposed to
what is actually is happening? Are there any bad things happening because of surveillance? I don't think so. Unless I'm missing something.
Do you know what it is? I kind of see it more so like, let's just say, this may not be the best example, right? But let's just say we're all trapped in this room, right? And we're being fed twice a day. You have no problem with that because you're being fed, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is, if you was outside of this room, you have the choice of having 3 if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like with the surveillance, you don't have the choice of maybe being free to think and do other things, potentially. I'm not saying that's the case, but you would never know till that is
But
gone.
what is it you want to do though?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I may not know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but just...
But if you really think about it though, what does surveillance prevent you from doing?
From maybe... I'll give you an example. Back in the day, now, again, this may not apply to today. As much as I don't agree with like certain movements that are linked to kind of like communism and all them type of things there, right? People who had those ideas and thought they were genuinely good ideas that would benefit society, they were all like the police or whatever, the government, the powers that be, came after them. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of had people, spies and all that, infiltrating their meetings and things of that nature. What I'm trying to say is, like, I believe people should be free to think about certain things and try out certain things. You know what I'm saying? But with this particular surveillance thing, you may know somebody's thinking about this, for example, communist ideas, and stop it before they even have a chance to develop their ideas. You know what I'm saying? When there's some people in the world who actually agree with communism, agree with socialism, and things that, you know what I'm saying? So it's...
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I feel that's more of maybe more of an extreme example.
Okay.
As opposed to just us,
not the everyday person.
Everyday people, innit? And how it affects our everyday lives, as opposed to how it might stifle, an assassination attempt or, whatever, some type of extreme example. I think in our day-to-day lives, I think surveillance doesn't really harm us.
It doesn't
I think
really-
it does.
no,
it
it
does
doesn't.
more good than bad.
Okay.
No? Or am I
Yeah,
bugging?
no,
Am I bugging?
no, you're right. It's just I went back to that thing of when you were saying that the people that are watching what they do with the information, but who's watching them? That's what I was just thinking of, like with like NSA and stuff like that, and where that the whole privacy thing in America is basically.
Yusuf, you mentioned NSA. I was going to say that, man, because no one said it. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
see.
anyway.
Sorry.
That was
Good morning,
rich, that was
caller.
rich.
Good morning, caller.
No, it's fine because no one had said NSA. That's the only reason I was calling, to be honest. Morning, guys. Goodbye, caller. Hello.
You alright?
I just want to throw a little female voice there because clearly Esther's just waking up in it. Give her some time. People are trying to come for her in the comments. Basically, yeah, NSA. Oh, swear. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cypher. Okay. Now you know. Somebody was saying that Esther was being salty.
Yeah,
I was like, why are you assuming? She had done shit. So, yeah, I was going to say, I do watch a lot of, I wouldn't say true crime per se, but those shows that they probably get analysts to make sure they're somewhat accurate. And I will say this. I do feel like at one point in time, it's a bit of exaggeration, basically. I was more on your thing because it's like, there's certain people in America, especially, that will feel like, oh, your rights are being taken away, in a surveillance state. But it's like, comparing us to America, though, actually, and like, especially certain overpopulated cities. So I made a comment in the thing. I was like, if any of you guys have been to New York, you know how how the streets are labeled. Like, the whole, for those that don't know, the whole of think of New York as London, but way more populated, and like everything is like done like a grid, basically, like literally how the streets are. It's very organized, like a grid. So basically, I'm not even joking. When I say New York, on every block, like you can. So it's a good thing for crimes. So like when I'm watching this thing about like there's been actual real cases, so they're based on real life. You've had a shooter now who's like literally hiding and like basically a terrorist shooter. Like they would try to scare the whole city, right? You can literally be like, okay, well, we saw him go on 3rd and 6th. Okay, then another flash. I mean, you get to follow them. So very much so, like literally, like what? And I'm surprised, E-Man, you're not into communism. Interesting, but okay. I'm not being sarcastic. For some reason, I thought that's something you'd be into. No, but so yeah, E-Man is very right. Like that's why it's kind of a bit sketchy when you think about it, because certain things, if the police want to because some people feel like, for example, drugs shouldn't be a criminal issue, it should be a mental health issue, for example, and they'll be following you. And that being said as well, I will say one thing about circumstantial evidence. I know for sure there's certain things like that in the UK that have happened with certain cases where it's like, okay, there's not actually much, like they've already been watching the person anyway as it is or whatever, or they haven't been and they've now looked at CCTV and there's not actually much proper evidence like making this person do the crime, but they can kind of make it look like it does. It looks like it in the story, like the way the narrative fits, and there's photos and stuff, and then you can now make the jury believe whatever. Do you know what I mean? But I guess that's why you're meant to have a good lawyer, and like there are certain things the law will be up against that. But I'm just saying certain things like that can be swaying the jury when it's like you happen to be seen in the area. Do you know what I mean? Like so it's a bit. But other than that, honestly, I wouldn't say the extreme cases, because at the end of the day, as well, you know, Black men and the people of color, we are the ones that are more targeted and more likely to fall into these scenarios. But I would say that, yeah, you're not really doing criminal activity, then you're kind of calm-ish. But last of all, I'll say Alexa. So that's how everyone was moving when Alexa first became a thing. And everybody was saying, oh, I don't want them to listen to me. And I'm like, what crimes are you guys doing? Nothing's going on. But I will say, but the thing is, once again, though, they caught a criminal. So somebody actually was basically they were caught based on like not caught, but that was extra evidence against them, basically based on literally their Alexa log of them having a conversation of like literally like planning the murder or whatever. So like it was easier for them to show that, oh look, this was premeditated, you made this discussion with this person, and like they had the Alexa log. And last one I would say as well, they do it, and that's the thing, that's another thing as well. And they actually can, there's proof that there's software, and obviously they want to use it when they want to use it. They want to tap into phones and stuff. Like if they really, really want to, they can get subpoenas and be tapping into people's phone lines, And then once again, that's all fine if you're not involved in criminal activity. But at the end of the day, not everybody, like some people are adjacent and it's all a bit tight. But I just feel like personally, it's not something that the wider public need to worry about. But I know what E-Man means. Like once, like if we had the choice, And some people argue that the whole the whole Iraq war and like them making it do terrorism stuff, that was kind of people's excuse to do that stuff. And now there's a lot more laws against protesting and stuff. They're going to put it into enforcement. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'd say.
All right, well, I mean, you covered a lot, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you.
I just thought let me help out Esther in there. I just thought that she was there. I thought I had to just defend the other side, but that's all.
Like I was saying before, yeah, we may go into this topic again, yeah, but a lot more deeper in it. So make sure you call up for that one as well.
Happily. Catch you guys later.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, I think we can wrap up there and go into the headlines.
All right, cool. Let's get some.
All right, people. So the next headline, this is kind kind of like a people's journal type of thing, but it's still an important thing that I think everyone should kind of know about. And this is basically about the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt, who's warned that profit increases benefit no one if they worsen inflation. So Mr. Hunt said he agreed with remarks by the Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey and said that margin recovery benefits no one if it feeds inflation. Mr. Bailey has spoken out against companies raising prices and seeking to recover profits that were hit during the whole COVID-19 pandemic. But speaking at the City of London's Mansion House on Monday evening, Mr. Hunt said that the UK's economic resilience, such as the low unemployment rate and the lack of recession, is one of the reasons inflation has remained high. He also said that the UK economy has shown itself more resilient than many predicted, but that resilience is itself one of the reasons for higher inflation. We can't have companies seeking to rebuild profit margins, which means prices go up or continue to go up at their current rates. This is what Mr. Bailey said, the head of the Bank of England. The current levels, he said, I'll be honest, are unsustainable. He has previously suggested that food producers, rather than supermarkets, may be the ones who are overcharging. So it's not necessarily the supermarkets that we need to blame, but actually the food producers, right? Banks and supermarkets have continued to profit, some seeing profits increase throughout this cost of living crisis.
That's crazy.
Yep.
The man of that, F you pay me.
Basically.
That's wild.
And the second headline is about Threads. Have you guys downloaded Threads?
Yeah, I'm on
Threads.
Threads, you know. Threads, the Instagram equivalent to Twitter.
I heard about it, but what's the big hype? What's it?
It's just Instagram's version of Twitter. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm not doing it, man. I'm not. No, because it's like, how much stuff do I need to be on? And then
Well,
people,
yeah,
wanna
you
add-
don't- yeah,
you
it's-
got my number, but you want to add me on everything. Why? You have my number. Message me there. Like, I don't need you to be adding me on everything. You're my bridge, man. I know you, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
but I'm just saying, like, I don't need to be added on everything. You have my number. Message me there. Like, every year there's gonna be something new.
You know what it is? Because of the way Elon's moving with Twitter, innit?
Okay.
He put, I'm not sure if it's still implemented, but he put a cap on how many tweets you can view, I believe it was.
Tweets you can view.
A day.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think, Brandon, you said he took it off, right?
He
Yeah.
took off.
Yeah,
Oh, he took off, okay.
I don't-
Anyway, since he took over, he's been just implementing all these stupid rules and
And people
regulations.
don't like it,
Yeah,
so they-
people don't like it, yeah. So,
I don't.
who's
I'm not doing
Instagram's guy again? Mark
Zuckerberg. Yeah.
He decided to,
Zuckerberg.
you know,
Oh, to do his own thing.
do something.
Is that why they're gonna fight, or they're gonna just fight because are they actually gonna fight?
No, not really going to fight.
No, I think that was fake.
That'd be banter though. But
But yeah, man, Zuckerberg's Twitter killer, Threads, has reached 100 million signups in less than 5 days.
yeah, I'm not. I don't care. Honestly, I'm very blasé about this.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect you to.
It's just
join in.
another, what's it called? It's just another platform. I don't need to be on it. I've got enough platforms I'm not using already.
I hear it.
Why do you want me to add to another one? I'm already giving you enough information. I swear they said there's like 5 million uploads of pictures on Instagram a day. And then I think after a certain time, there was a rule that came in place that basically saying that we can use these pictures how we want. A lot of people don't realize that. I think it was about 2-3 years ago, and they said that the 5th of January, XYZ, after this date, we can use these pictures how we want, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
But the good thing about Threads is, though, you don't have to sign up again. It just uses all your Instagram information. You just basically press a button and it creates your
I just
account.
don't see the point. I just, each their own. Kind of, if you need Threads, then go get Threads. Knock yourself out.
But yeah, man, like I was saying, they've got 100 million signups, though, in less than 5 days, right? They've been growing rapidly since its launch last Wednesday, with Zuckerberg seeking to woo users with the promise that the platform would focus on kindness.
What a shit USP.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, man.
No, it's not. It's not actually a shit USP. It's a.
No, that is
for
a
me,
shit-
it's a
that's a shit
genius
USP.
USP.
No,
if
it's
you
not.
think about kindness, he's basically saying everything else you're messing with over there is terrible. Yeah, just think about the word kind. What is the opposite of
Do you
kindness?
think people care about kindness?
Big
on
man,
Twitter?
big man. What is the opposite? What is the opposite of kindness? Just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That is a genius USP. You think about it, you say, we're kind over here, man. Just sign up. Don't worry about it over there. My man's doing just like I'm saying. Come on, man.
He's trying to rebrand.
Yeah, and the way he's doing it.
But
is
you know
like-
what he means by kindness? He don't mean what he's going to do for the... He means the community and
I know,
the
but it's an
ethos
indirect.
of Threads. He's trying to build a community of kindness.
Regardless, it's an indirect shot. Like he said, we're focused on. Why you could have said we're focused on anything, but you said kindness.
I mean, kindness is a shit word to use, bro.
No, it's not, man. You missed the bigger picture, man.
I guess we'll see if it catches on.
I mean, I'm not there. I mean, you man have to tell me what's going on over there in Threads.
Nothing. It's just Twitter. Literally, it's just Twitter.
Brent, you signing up?
I'm already up.
This guy, just get him. Okay, cool. I hear you.
You know, it's connected to Instagram.
I just told him.
I don't care, but it could be connected to God. I'm not signing up. I just don't need any more sign up. There'll be another Saturday next week. Once upon a time, there was no Twitter. Once upon a time, there was no TikTok. Once upon a time, there was no Facebook. Once upon a time, there was no MySpace. You don't remember that? That's dead to you now, isn't it?
But once upon a time, there was no nothing. So how far you want to take
How
this?
much time do I need to sign up?
How far you want to take it?
I don't know. We can go back to.
Once upon a time, there was no phone. There was no
Yeah.
creps. There was no
Once
hat.
upon a time, there was the 3210 snakes,
Yeah, and once upon a time, there was no phone at all.
BBM.
And now there is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how much stuff do we need to move on to? That's why I don't really care about phones and all that.
It's you know, it's a choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
You don't have to sign up.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just not. Yeah. I'm just tired of it, man. How much technology just takes over everything? Sorry, please continue.
Because of this whole thing with Threads, and like Yusuf said, how similar it is to Twitter, Elon Musk has responded with a threat to sue them. Right?
Really?
Yeah. Basically, he's calling it a copycat app.
Man said take it down on the suit.
Yeah. And writing on his Threads account, Zuckerberg said that the new app had reached 100 million users over the weekend. By contrast, Instagram, which is owned by Meta as well, took a week to reach 100,000 users when it launched as an independent platform in 2010. Obviously,
Yeah, so
completely different. You know what I mean?
Different, yeah.
But yeah, man. Also, like Yusuf Brent said, Threads users need an Instagram account to log into the new app with the ability to transfer over the accounts that they follow on Instagram to the new Threads and all that. Yeah, so yeah, man.
I mean, each their own. I hope you guys are happy. I
feel the same as I was before.
But yeah, man. That's pretty much it for the headlines, man. It's time to pay them bills.
Let's get into what's the next segment?
People's Journal.
People's Journal. Let's get into People's Journal.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. I haven't got much to talk about today. Just wanted to mention how, well, this has pretty much been the same trajectory for the last few months now, and this is that the fixed mortgage rates, just continue to increase pretty much. They're saying it hasn't been seen this high. Well, at least the 2-year fixed rates haven't been this high for the last 15 years. So this takes us back to 2008, where we had the crash.
8.
Yeah, this is how crazy it is. It's basically looking right now. These figures were released by the analysts at Money Facts Compare, and they basically show that the rate had hit 6.6% hours before mortgage lenders were due to face questions around this whole thing with the Treasury Committee of the MPs and stuff. So it's not looking good at the moment. Again, like I was saying in the last headline, or 2 headlines ago, with the Chancellor talking about profiteering and stuff like this. These conversations continue to go back and forth between him and Bailey, who's the head of the Bank of England, and just trying to figure out ways to kind of curb this inflation issue, which kind of leads me on to the second point, which is that the UK wages have risen, right?
Well, finally.
Yeah, they've risen.
Go on, UK.
But the issue is, though, that they're saying that this may contribute to inflation staying around longer.
Yeah.
Because now more people got money. You know what I'm saying? We can then kind of buy this and the third. Prices may continue to go up. And also, because you're kind of pressurizing these companies to increase people's wages, they're now going to try to do their best to kind of keep those profit margins.
Yeah.
So what would they do? They'll just increase the price of their products. I'm okay, thanks. You know what I'm saying? So again, it just seems like you're just in a
forever going.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Just to give some figures, what they're saying, according to the official figures, anyway, regular pay grew by 7.3% in March to May. Yeah, man, which is equaling the highest growth rate last month. And like I said, despite the record increase, pay rises still lag behind inflation. But again, the Bank of England and other economic analysts are pretty much saying this may contribute to inflation. Yes, it may continue to go down, but inflation as an issue itself may be around for longer. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's kind of a tricky situation. And this is why also Jeremy Hunt was talking about, yes, the resilience of the economy makes it seem as though, because we haven't crashed, we're kind of cool. But the issue is kind of just lingering, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like having, again, this may be a silly analogy, but it's kind of like having strong teeth, good teeth, right? but you've got an issue with some of your teeth. But because of how strong your teeth are, you don't really go to the dentist to sort out the issue. So it just lingers, you know what I'm saying? And nothing's really getting sorted, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much it for the People's Journey today, man.
Ebony says that there is a HAF fund.
Oh, yes. I spoke about that yesterday. Basically, I want to get more information before I disseminate it to the people.
Okay.
But basically, what that is for people who've got kids who kind of would benefit from free school meals and activities during the 6-week period. You know what I'm saying? The holiday period. Again, go to your local authorities, kind of inquire about that. You need to be eligible for the benefits means tested, eligible for means tested benefits, yeah, and then you basically be able to get that. But yeah, I'll look into that information a bit more and then let the people know, man. That's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
All right, sweet. Let's go into asking for a friend. Right, asking for a friend, guys. We've got a lengthy one here. Right, hi guys. I'm 29 and I have always been a strong believer in gender equality and feminism. Recently, however, I found myself in a situation that has challenged my feminist principles. I've been offered a job promotion at work that comes with a significant increase in salary and responsibilities. The catch is that it would require me to work longer hours and have less time for personal pursuits and self-care. On one hand, I feel empowered and proud to be recognized for my skills and expertise. Accepting the promotion would allow me to break the glass ceiling and pave the way for other women in my industry. It would also provide financial stability and open up new opportunities for personal and professional growth. On the other hand, I'm concerned about the potential impact on my work-life balance and overall well-being. As a feminist, I strongly believe in the importance of self-care, setting boundaries, and challenging the culture of overwork. I worry that accepting this promotion might perpetuate the expectation that women should sacrifice their personal lives for career success. I'm torn between seizing this opportunity for advancement and questioning whether it aligns with my feminist values. Shall I prioritize my individual aspirations and the progress it represents for women, or should I prioritize my well-being and challenge the societal expectations that contribute to work-life imbalance? Has anyone else faced a similar dilemma? How do you navigate balancing career advancement with feminist principles?
Well, there's no women here. That's off the bat.
Yeah, so we might need a caller, Ebony or Christy, to call in.
The thing is, yeah, you have to. I get people need work-life balance and stuff, but at some point in time, like you say within someone's generation, there's that one person that's got to break the mold of what your parents and stuff were doing before, right? So, okay, cool. You wanna stay true to your feminist values, whatever they are. I have no idea, other than female equality off the top of my head. But it might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You get, so, okay, you might have to work hard for the next 5 years, maybe even less, who knows? But it's a promotion, right? And they're recognizing you for your job you're doing. And you know, like a lot of women say they need to like equal pay or more pay, or they want to be doing some of the jobs that guys are doing at X, Y, Z, no problem. So now you have an opportunity to get that promotion. Why would you, like, I'm not saying like you have to abandon your whole feminist beliefs, but you're going to have to do what's right for, you know, generations to come and all that.
But I don't see how this, I'm not going to lie, I don't see how your feminism even comes into play here.
Like, if that person is around now, please, by all means, please call up so we can understand, because I don't get it.
Because one of her biggest points was she's concerned about the potential impact on her work-life balance and overall well-being.
Maybe she's out in the streets partying a lot.
As a feminist, I strongly believe in the importance of self-care, setting boundaries, and challenging the culture of overwork. I don't see that as a feminist thing for me. I think that's just a general life thing. No?
Well, this is definitely a female calling that right now.
Like,
I can bet you.
Like self-care, setting boundaries, right? Those are.
Yeah.
Go on, caller.
Good morning, caller.
Morning. It's Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Becky with the good hair, yeah?
Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Yeah, I was just calling the. So I guess you guys didn't have any women presidents. I'll just chime in. Also, Brent, why do I not get any horns whenever I call in? I get horns. I never get any like.
Hope that's enough horns for you.
I'm not gonna like, I guess, shut her down much, but I don't necessarily see the connection with feminism.
Yeah.
I'm someone who like I'm proud to say that I'm a feminist. So I don't really quite see the. I think maybe she's wanting to find potentially issues where there aren't.
Go on.
Yeah, please continue.
Oh yeah, but like it's a great opportunity to take like the promoting you. Just take the job. I don't see why you wouldn't. I think as life it changes and things happen and stuff like that, the older you get, you're gonna have to find ways to adapt your life to find balance. So if you don't want the job, then you can stay stagnant and be like, I guess, okay. But if you want anything better for yourself, then why wouldn't you take the job and then find ways to find balance in your life? Like it might not necessarily be the after things, like on a weekly basis. Maybe the weekends become your time for you to do self-care and reflection or whatever it is that you want to do. But yeah, I just really can't see what this has to do with feminism. Sorry to that lady, but I can't see it.
You know what it is? Well, I think anyway, I could be wrong in it, but it could be a situation where it's like, how can I continue to talk about women not getting job opportunities, promotions, being put into top positions when I've got it? How can I do that?
Wait, say that again?
How can I continue?
Huh?
Wait, so you're saying she should stay?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this
position.
might be her dilemma, where it's like, how can I say
Yeah,
this
but isn't that the whole point though? Isn't this what she's fighting for, to be promoted?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but her to say, you know what, I can't take this position because if I take this position, I can no longer fight for the women who are like me.
No, it's not that you can't fight for it, but it's more so, how real is this? If, for example, I'm fighting for this, you ask me, okay, so how long have you been just admin? And I'm like, well, I own the company. It's like, okay, is this really your issue then? Like,
yeah, but how long is someone meant to stay in the issue before they progress and help others?
No, remember, so I'm not saying this for me. I'm just saying this might be what she's thinking.
If that's what she's thinking, then please.
Because it contributes to it.
Please.
It contributes to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, well, she says, accepting the promotion, would allow me to break the glass ceiling and pave the way for other women in the industry,
Yeah.
But as a feminist, I'm jumping now. She said, I strongly believe in the importance of self-care, setting boundaries, challenging the culture of overwork, right? So all the things that's going to come along with her being promoted, right?
Yeah.
Again, loads of men spend long hours in CEO positions and high positions, right?
Yeah.
All these things she's saying we shouldn't do, right? Especially as women who, for example, have families that they should take care of, this and the third. I'm now going to be forced into that position. You know what I'm saying? And also, I worry that accepting this promotion might perpetuate the expectation that women should sacrifice their personal lives for career success. So if
the thing is,
go on.
I say, like, the thing is, okay, I'm just trying to reach and think what she's thinking and say, like, her logic is still backwards because, like, okay, as a feminist, really, and if you don't want to perpetuate these stereotypes about women, if anything, you're in a greater position to break those stereotypes if you take the promotion, because then you're at a more senior level to be able to change the culture of the firm. So then you can actually say, actually, no, I'm leaving. My contractual hours are 9 till 5. I'm at 5. You don't pay me over this. So that's all you're getting from me. And you're at a great position to help other women climb up the ladder. So I'm like, I'm not understanding more. Yeah, she's at a great advantage to be able to change things and to not perpetuate stereotypes. So if, again, she should just take the job.
The thing is, I think you're seeing it as this is just a no-brainer, isn't it? But to her, maybe
it's a real dilemma.
It's a real dilemma where she's like, look, yes, I can do better in that high position. But at the same time, how can I really be the quintessential feminist in that high position? And also, being in that high position, living the life of somebody who's in that high position, I'm not going to have the work-life balance I believe women should have.
I actually want to know what she wants.
Yeah.
From being a feminist, because if you feel, for example, that you're oppressed or being slighted in the workplace, do you ever want to get out of that position, right? And I feel like this is getting you out of that position. So why would you say, you know what? If I get out of this position, I'm no longer going to be the face of this fight or whatever. It doesn't make any sense, because isn't this the goal?
No, but I think it's more so. It's one of those out of the what's it called, frying pan into the fire thing.
Yeah.
At least from her perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, cool. Yes, that's a different problem. That's a problem I'm facing. But once I leave that, I'm in another problem now. And this isn't really good for the feminist fight.
I don't see it as I don't see it as a problem. I don't know how we even got here. Like, I want to help the girl as much as possible, and I just feel like, again, you're trying to break a mold. And she said, talk about being financially free and stable and doing certain opportunities. Then what are we even talking about? Like, why are we discussing it? Just what I'm saying. So I just feel that maybe she needs to take this job. If she feels that she's losing some of her feminist values. Okay, cool. You're gonna have to suck it up. That's what I think. But that's just life.
Listen, should I prioritize my individual aspirations and the progress it represents for women?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So when you read that, I was like,
you said it yourself. Or should I prioritize my well-being and challenge the positions of the work-life balance?
It's okay. You know what? This may not be the best example at all, really. Yeah. But it's kind of like me saying, I want to kind of represent black people and speak to the masses for black people, this, that, and the third. And then some politician gets me on their side or whatever, promotes me, and I'm now the face of that particular political party where I'm getting paid 6-7 figures a year. And I no longer live the reality of what I was facing and other black people, right? And also telling them there's no opportunities. What? I've got 6-7 figures.
I think I'm going to strip away the. Does she want to work more? Because like, I feel like she doesn't want to work more because she keeps talking about work-life balance.
Maybe she doesn't.
Yeah, you're right.
So
she doesn't.
The hours that this new role requires, she's not on it.
She doesn't want it.
She's not on the hours.
Exactly, yes.
Friday, Saturday, she's out there in the streets. Come Monday, she's back to work and all that. If she takes this new job, she might have to be working Friday night,
I think
Saturday.
she's trying to hide that under this guise of feminism, but she doesn't really want to take on the responsibilities that this job requires.
And that's all right, but say that though. Don't start butting it up and talking about feminism and values.
But you know why? Because she feels like women shouldn't have to do that. That's how she's
Everyone has to work.
Exactly.
It's a luxury not to work.
This is why I think she's just now facing the reality of life.
So she wants the benefits of this job without actually doing this job.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Is that feminism?
I think
well, she doesn't believe women should have to. Sorry, Rebecca.
That can't be feminist. Sorry, Rebecca. I was just saying.
No. I was just going to say, I think the T is that she just doesn't want to work more or work harder, which is, I mean, understand, like, nobody wants to work, but like, this is something we have to, it's something that we have to do in order to, like, if she wants to continue that wellness that she's having for her life, she's going to have to be able to finance that. And working harder is going to be able to give her a little bit more money to be able to enjoy even things that she hasn't done so. So and I think it's definitely a reach, because I think she probably doesn't want to work.
Does it say
and I think she probably
yeah, it does. She's 29. So.
Okay.
I think she probably needs to reevaluate what her views are about feminism and what she thinks feminism is, because it's not about like women not working hard or women not working. It's about, I guess, choice and the ability to be able to do so, and it's about equality. So it's not just like, it seems like in her mind, her idea of feminism is women not working, which is a bit.
But you know it is, Rebecca. You know it is, right? Yeah. And obviously I don't know who this person is yet, but I'm trying to think.
Trying to gauge it.
Yeah. But I think that this could be one of those situations where it's like, cool. Typically, if a man is in these positions, they'll be working 10, 12 hours, 15 hours sometimes, as opposed to the normal 8 hours that everyone else works. If she gets into this position, how can she, right, as a woman, do the 12, 15 hours and still have a family?
Well, right now she can't.
She can't. And so I think in her mind, she's saying, I shouldn't have to. Being a woman should be enough. Let me do my 8 hours like everybody else, have a family too. But if I choose career progression, I won't be able to have that family. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what she's kind of
She has to put it on. She has to put it on hold for not having a family. Put it that way,
and this is her problem because she's saying, why should that be the options for us?
But again, does that come down to?
I don't think.
So go on,
please
Rebecca.
continue.
I was gonna say I don't think she necessarily has to. I mentioned in the chat yesterday about like have this mentor that's a non-executive director, and I think maybe what this young lady, probably not 29, this lady needs is like a mentor, a female mentor who is in a position that she potentially wants to be in. Like with the Ned director, she's got kids, and she was talking to me and giving me advice about how she balances things, and she's like a director of multiple different companies and stuff like that. So she was like, what you need to do as a woman is learn to outsource things to be able to give yourself time to do the things that you actually want to do.
Okay.
So if you need to outsource cleaning, pay a cleaner to come and clean stuff for you. If you need to outsource then outsource that, find a nanny. But also that time that you have spare, you should be spending more time with your husband, your kids, doing the things that you want to enjoy rather than spending those few precious moments doing things like cleaning or whatever the case is. Outsource where you can. And like some of the men that like I've seen them in the office that are working like super, super late. You don't have to do that. Some of those guys just don't want to go home. Like they just don't like it. They just don't like their wife. They don't like their kids. They don't want to be in that house. So they'd rather be in the office. So it gives them this perception of like working really, really hard. But really what they're doing is avoiding life. So you can definitely still have a balance. I've had female line managers who have been able to balance working, they're having a husband, having kids and all that kind of stuff. You just have to have like, if your job has a flexible working environment, then everything should be fine. Find a partner that when you have kids, he's able to contribute to your pension pot, so there's no longer a gap between the pension fund between a man and a woman. Find a partner that's willing to support you, and that's really all it is. Like I think she is reaching or creating a problem where there currently isn't a problem. Like you're choosing between steak and caviar. Like your life is fine. Like honestly, like this is not a problem. Just keep going on with your life. If you want to progress, if you want more for yourself, then take the job. If you're perfectly happy with living a fine, comfortable, whatever satisfactory life, then stay where you are. But like there's definitely to navigate both things.
Sorry, Becky, can I ask you a question? You see the mentor, right? Do you know what age the mentor had kids at?
I think she had. When did she have them? She had them in like her late 20s, but she was like, she's really super, super like driven. She was really like, she was like a senior manager when she was in like her mid to late 20s. So she came back and like literally like went straight back into working and things like that, and is just doing really, really well for herself. But she'd had them like late 20s. Her husband as well was also like senior in his position, so they were comfortable financially for her to be able to be like, okay, let's pay for someone to come and clean the house because I don't have time to do it, and let's pay for these various different things. But again, like I completely see where she's coming from. Where you can outsource things, do so. So yeah,
I think it makes a difference. So that's why, in terms of, because she's 29, she talk about work-life balance. Then obviously she didn't say she's got kids, so we can only assume that she hasn't. So she wants to get to a position where the mentor is. The mentor's already had kids, so by the time she's 29, she's already established such and such. So she's had them probably a couple promotions. My girl's got that promotion. So she's at that crossroad now with no kids. So again, if you have kids now, then what's the chances you're going to get this promotion in 3-4 years' time? It's not guaranteed.
You don't want to work, man. Listen, I want to challenge the culture of overwork.
Now we're back to that piece.
No, but her main point is that she doesn't want to work as much.
Yeah, maybe she.
That's how I'm seeing this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's too bad she can't call up for all. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Look. sacrificing her personal life for career success.
Yeah, she wants to party, man.
Yeah.
Look, go and live your life, man. 'Cause,
This is
no,
about
for
time
real.
spent,
I was
man.
with
Love
my
language
uncle
thing.
last night in the Uber, and he was saying, you know, I see people, you know, they want to rush, they want to drive fast and get money, and that's okay. And what he's basically saying is money is not everything. Like happiness and enjoyment and peacefulness. And so if she doesn't want to, you have to be mindful about what you want, because okay, cool, it's good to have that promotion and such. But then if she doesn't want that stress, then don't do it. Like I know people that in certain jobs they cry every week, but then you have a choice to go back to that job or do something different. That's what I'm saying. So if she's happy where she is now, then. And if you don't want to put in them extra hours in, because they're gonna ask you for them extra hours, clearly. You know, there's no shuffling on a Friday, Saturday night. There's no 2 steps.
Excuse me if I'm wrong, but isn't one of the ideals of a feminist working hard and doing things
Exact same as a dude.
on the same level as the men, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think it's because there's different consequences. I think anyway. I think she's saying a man can do 12, 15 hours, still come home and have a wife to look after the kids.
Yeah.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's saying.
Tell her to get a guy that wants to stay at home. Do you know what I mean? There's men out there now that want to stay at home and they don't want to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen one guy talking about on a podcast. He said, "Look, I'm making money. I'm good. I'm at home with the kid. I'm cool.
I feel like
just don't judge me for it."
Yeah. I feel like her dilemma would be different if she was married. Because if she had a partner who was also bringing in a certain income, she wouldn't have to worry about this. Maybe she could stay in the job and not take the promotion because she's got income and
that's
she's
why I
got
was
support from her
asking about the
But
mental.
as someone who's single, it's all about herself. So she's decisions
100%,
about her. But if she had help, maybe it might change things.
But then again, with the help, she may still think, how am I then progressing the plight of
feminism,
the feminist movement? Because I've got an opportunity and I'm not progressing nowhere.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
but then that's the answer. Take it then.
Yeah,
No, but
take it.
I'm just saying this is why she has this dilemma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds silly on paper, but I think
It's a real dilemma
You know
to
what I
her.
mean?
That's all we know at this present moment. But in my mind, she needs to take that job and just, do you know what I mean?
And
Or
progress,
or just stay, you know, Friday, Saturday night, shoot it with the girls. Do you know what I mean? You know what you're doing. You know what you're trying to do. Now, for real though, because if you don't want to work, then you don't want to work, and that's okay. But let's not butter it up and talk about feminism.
But also, is this a overwork and underpaid situation though? It could be. Because a lot of corporate jobs,
You get promotion and the
no, but you're overworked and you're not necessarily paid for that extra time.
Yeah.
Obviously, they do bonuses.
The man they want to see
But-
dedication, man.
Was that?
The man they want to see dedication. They want to see you leaving the office at 9 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
They want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Them Bills and them Terrys and all of them man there, the CEOs. They want to.
That's why that all the men are on coke.
Yeah, no, for real. No, that's like
No, I mean that's serious.
no, for real. Like Friday, Saturday night, and all that. When these start finish their, you see a lot of them are on coke. And in my mind, I'm like, how do you go from working this hard to being this plastered? Like,
Because they need it to sustain themselves. They need it to give them drive and energy and motivation to work because they're working their asses off and
wow,
it's a vice that they need
these
to
men are
survive.
doing coke broad daylight.
well, thank you very much for calling in, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. Just very quickly at the end, I was just thinking she just needs to ask herself if she used to say it out loud. I'm not going to take this promotion because I want enjoyment, and think to herself whether that sounds silly or not. But yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Someone
Bye.
said, "Bye." Good. Someone said, "If a man don't work, a man don't eat."
Yeah.
It's technically true. Do you know what I mean?
But well,
It's rough.
is that cool?
Yeah. All right, let's get into our next headlines.
All right, so next headline, a bit of sad news here, and Spanish officials have said that a fishing vessel with around 200 migrants on board, which has been missing for nearly 2 weeks, may have been located south of Gran Canaria. The crew on the Spanish reconnaissance plane spotted the vessel during an ongoing search for 3 missing boats. The Spanish Maritime Rescue Service said it was possible that one of the missing vessels carrying the migrants had been found. Officials also added that a rescue ship was on its way to the location. The spokesperson for the Maritime Service said that the plane has found a large boat with some 200 people on board, 71 miles off the south of Gran Canaria. Migrant aid group Walking Borders said on Sunday, that the fishing vessel and another 2 boats, one carrying about 65 people and the other with between 50 and 60 on board, had been missing for about 2 weeks since they left Senegal to try to reach Spain. Hopefully they're all good, man. And but yeah. And the last headline is, apparently, a study has found that more than 61,000 people died in Europe last summer as a result of extreme heat. 61,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
Yep. The research by scientists at the Barcelona Institute for Global Health and the French National Institute for Health show that Italy suffered the highest number of heat attributable deaths at 18,010 people. Italy was followed by Spain with 11,324 deaths and Germany with 8,173. According to preliminary data from the WMO, which the World Meteorological Organization, the world had the hottest week on record last week. It follows the hottest June on record with unprecedented sea surface temperatures, and a record low Antarctic sea ice extent. The study focused on the period between the 20th of May and the 4th of September 2022 and found that 3,469 people died in the UK. The summer of 2022 was Europe's hottest on record and was marked by drought, wildfire, and periods of extreme heat. The most intense period was between mid-July and mid-August, during which the researchers said that 38,881 people died across the continent. And that's it for the headlines. And again, it's time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into the... All right, guys, welcome to the reaction. Yes, I've got a Man United supporter here.
Oh, here we go.
Before we even move on to what's on my docket here, quickly, what's your thoughts on David De Gea?
I think it's for what he's done for the club.
Yeah.
I think it's terrible that you can give you offer a man a contract. It's on the table.
Yeah.
You take away the contract.
Yeah.
You put another contract on the table.
Yeah.
That's even less.
What was the offer?
I think he's in the region of 350, 375 before anything was offered, and it's probably something lower, just lower, much lower
Then 350.
Yeah, but if he should at that point he shouldn't care about the money anyway.
350 is a lot, you know.
I know that. No, I'm saying that's what he was getting before they.
I know. So I'm saying the lower contract might have been what, 3?
Nah, I reckon maybe
295 or something.
I reckon it was maybe 250. Then it went down to 150 or whatever. I don't know. We don't. We no one knows. But the fact that you would take it off the table.
Yeah.
And then you're asking my man to basically don't sign for no one else just yet.
Yeah.
Because what kind of a business?
Yeah,
I've never heard of such shambolic-ness in my life.
So you happy with the rumours that Onana might be coming in?
I'll take Onana. You know what it is there? When I watched that Champions League final, and I see the balls he was pinging in, he bypassed Man City's mid. I haven't seen anyone do that. Not even just him. I haven't seen a team do that to Man City in a very, very long time. Like bypassed their whole midfield.
Yeah.
Now it's into the strikers, final third, blah. So I'm open to that. But I still want it. I'll be honest with you. I wanted De Gea to stay there.
Okay.
But obviously be a number 2. But
yeah. All right. Someone sent me a picture, right, of Jadon Sancho. I think he returned to training and he's looking kind of rotund. Yeah. Here you go. I want your thoughts.
Nah,
I want your thoughts.
On, man.
Let me show you quickly. I want your thoughts.
Come on, man.
On Jadon's, I guess, downfall. Should I say downfall? Like every time I see him, he's got about 4 chains on. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but you know that
Rashford.
Yeah, I've seen.
Rashford don't take off his chains, you know.
I've seen. I remember seeing the clip of Rashford. Where was he? He was in America or something. He had on.
No, but he's been doing his rounds.
15 chains on.
He's with what's that guy's name? Malacia. I saw him on a yacht yesterday.
Yeah.
Malacia's just there chilling. He's just there with his chains on, looking like.
Yeah, I guess like obviously they're in that. He said the baby. They're in that. We're in that era now.
Yeah, no,
right?
he's living life. Yeah. And Rashford's doing his business on the pitch.
So
I'm not knocking Rashford.
No, yeah, 100%.
But
100%.
Sancho, on the other hand, ain't doing the business on the pitch.
My thing with Sancho is like especially as Londoners, we've seen you go abroad, tear it up, and so we want you to do well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you come back here, and for whatever reason,
it hasn't clicked.
Yeah, just what I'm saying, and I don't know whether that's what I do believe is that he's not a Ten Hag player.
Okay.
Even in like a number 10, which I reckon he would do well in.
Yeah.
you don't really see him breeze past players. He ain't got outstanding pace, but he's silky.
At Dortmund, it seemed like he did.
Yeah, because I don't know if we're saying all the German players are slow or what. Like
that the whole German Bundesliga tax thing.
Yeah,
as in that league is kind of, you know what I mean.
Just what I'm saying, but even okay, look at Warner. Warner came here and he said, listen, he didn't know that even the mid-table teams were quick and fast and strong.
Yeah.
So. But Jadon Sancho should be used to that because he's English.
Yeah.
Like, we want him to do well, but for some reason...
Yeah, he's just
and then he's going to go somewhere else and play well.
Let's hope. Caller, what are you saying? What are you telling me?
Hey, guys, I'm behind on the, so basically, it's good, guys. No need for fanfare. It's okay, But I'm quite behind because I had to listen to myself because I talk very fast. I'm always embarrassed.
Okay.
So I'm way behind. So I'm still on the feminism topic, innit?
Okay,
so
go on.
I didn't want to interrupt. Because there's a lot of real stuff being said in the chat. Like Ebony, love that. Like, you're not wrong at all. A lot of people. Well, so we'll start off with. I don't know if the person that sent in their dilemma, actually stated their profession. Because if they stated their profession, then it would kind of add up what she's saying. Because there's this whole thing about, like, you know, if you're in these high flying positions, I think you do kind of put pressure on yourself because, you're meant to be representing the women and there's not many women in STEM and this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, how can you live your life based on ideology? We're all one individual person. Everybody wake up. However, I really like Rebecca's point, and I think, and the way she was speaking was very well informed, and that's why mentorship is important. And I think you should decide what you want for your life and model your life after that. But like in the chat, Ebony was saying that feminism being anti-black, and she's not wrong. And I just wanted to kind of throw in there because I know Iman's all about the pro-black stuff. Womanism is a thing. So like obviously when the feminist movement was like at its roots and stuff, it was meant to be so that people could obviously get rights and stuff like that. And some people do feel like it's been like there's waves of feminism, and some people feel like we're city girl feminism now, and it's been co-opted for different purposes. However, people like Sigourney Weaver and stuff. Ain't I a woman too? Like, black women had to really come with like our own version of feminism, basically. So I just basically feel like, because some women feel like, I can't identify as feminist, and I get that. But like there's womanism basically. I wanted to throw that in there for black women. And however, as well, I think that word feminism is thrown around a bit too much these days. And afterwards, I potentially would claim myself to be one. However, some men would say I'm not because I insist that men pay for all the dates in the world. I'm not interested. Afterwards, I say that women shouldn't throw out the trash. What's my own concern? Afterwards, but they'll say I'm not feminist. So that's Jeremy. I don't know. So I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like basically we've become in our society these days everyone's kind of in their groups and their boxes, and they feel like, okay, I'm feminist, I should do this. And it's like, no, I really do think that everything in life you can pick and you can choose. You can say that you're pro-black, and I think you can date, like, that's just me, do you know what I mean? So I just feel like when you start to be a bit like silly, no shade, and like kind of start to kind of plan your life and like actually make life decisions based on how it looks externally, and like I guess maybe the values you're trying to uphold, it's a bit cringe. Unless you're a public figure, unless you're literally trying to be like Rishi Sunak. And the irony is those people don't even live by what they preach. That's the worst part of it, is that the people that are meant to consider these kind of things, they don't be doing the shit. So it's like us day-to-day people, we need to wake up and be fine. At the end of the day, like, yeah, capitalism is bull crap, but at the end of the day, I need to use my phone, nobody should touch shit. And they'll say that, you can't be anti-capitalist because you use your mobile phone that's made in China. Everybody just, live your life. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I want all black women to live a soft life as possible. That's all. Thank you.
So would you say she's more of a womanist than a feminist? I've never heard the term womanist before, by the way. I'm just going off what you said.
I had a feeling nobody would, so I actually wanted to throw it out there so people could go look into it. So that's the thing. So when the movement itself was created, it actually literally excluded black women, and like they weren't invited to the meetings and stuff. And then afterwards, so there's been black women feminist authors and stuff like that have like kind of not only just inserted themselves, but also actually improved feminism and actually like made it like written stuff and made like a whole thing. Like I felt like it's mad because you know how like we're all talking about gender now and and like, but like gender theory is like a whole like thing to be studied on its own. And that's the same with feminism that a lot of people don't know. Like, even though, like, yes, the surface word is like thrown around, like, it's like it be there's thesis, like it be like you know you can go to the Bible when you go to chapters, and it's a lot, and like a lot of people have read and studied and this, that, and the third. And I just think that basically black women shouldn't feel pressured basically to necessarily fit what they think feminism is, and they should kind of find out what it means for themselves specifically. And that kind of was what the womanist movement was about. So I recommend black women looking into that. And yeah.
Last question, right? Can you, as a feminist, pick and choose what ideals and values suit you, or is it, or do you have to take them all on? Because you know, like for example, with religion, people pick and choose what they abide by and what they don't abide by. With feminism, do you have to abide by all the rules and regulations, or can you adapt it and mold it to your own rhetoric?
Listen, yourself. I think you should pick and you can choose. You shake your yacht on the ass, do whatever the hell you. I 100% think so. And I know it gets men tight, but it's life, please. And that's everything. And you brought a really good example. Yes, with religion, people also pick and choose. And so what? I'm Catholic. Afterwards, I still, I don't know. I eat. They say you're not meant to eat breakfast before you go to mass. And so I'm hungry. Somebody like it is what it is. I think you should pick, choose, do whatever you want. Humans, God gave us free will. Afterwards, but I know men hate that shit because some men feel, not shade the men, but some people inside feel like, feminism is here. We've entered the workforce. Women should work just as hard as men. I don't think that we're not the same as men. Like I don't think feminism was ever meant to really be that. We aren't the same, but we obviously deserve equality. And I just think like, you should pick and choose. It's your life, man. Come on, yeah.
All right, thank you for that, man.
Okay, thank you.
Great call, man.
For that call.
Good vibes, always good vibes.
Good vibes.
I just wanted to give some big love to all my ladies in the chat. And yeah, bye.
Appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. So
I don't know if I believe that picture.
It could be doctored, but it looks.
He does not. He don't come across as a big dude. That looks too much, man.
It might be.
He looks slender and lean.
It might be. We'll see. But yeah,
it was the wind.
What's that?
It was the wind.
Oh, the wind. Yeah. Hold on, Brent's got a video up.
Yeah, see, look. See?
Oh, the wind blew his
People just
top a little bit.
See how pictures can tell someone's lies.
You know? Look at that.
People are horrible, you know. Horrible.
And the person probably done it on purpose too.
Yeah.
Wicked individuals.
He would never be that big unless he just lets himself go like John Barnes.
Yeah. The thing is, there's certain players that play for the ops that I want to see him do well. And I really want to see Sancho do well. Even if it means he bads up the league.
Yeah, I want to see him do well. Man.
All right, with Declan Rice and Jury and Timber set to join Arsenal are now turning their focus towards securing transfers for players not in Mikel Arteta's plans. Balogun, Pepe, Tavares, Samuel Lokonga, Cedric are all available.
They're saying that Balogun might go, was it Chelsea?
We hope not.
50 mil, he's got to put a price tag on him.
50 mil. There's interest for Balogun, there's interest from AC, Marseille, Monaco, Leipzig.
I would laugh if he goes to Chelsea and starts snapping goals. Because remember, you man won a striker.
It's impossible.
Do you say that?
It's possible.
Okay.
Possible.
What do you think, Brent?
Balogun for Mudryk.
If it's a swap,
they're not gonna swap.
If it's a swap, which they won't do.
Let Mudryk go. That pipe dream's gone. Do you know what I mean? He's on the west side of London now in blue. He's good. He's happy. Whatever. He's
not happy.
Well, he's there. He's sad, isn't it? I don't see. He's not doing that deal ever.
No, same. Lukaku has clarified once again that he's not interested in going to Saudi. He wants to stay in Europe. So no negotiations with Saudi clubs are taking place. Inter, I believe, are going to put in an offer soon.
Inter ain't got the money though. That's what they're trying to get.
He's their priority target, isn't it? Newcastle are looking to sell Alan Saint-Maximin this summer.
I think that's a bad move.
A bid for Leicester's Harvey Barnes. What do you think?
I think that's a bad move, man. I thought Harvey Barnes is due to sign next week.
What, for Leicester?
No, for Newcastle. That's...
I'm surprised that the richest club in the world, Newcastle United,
going for Harvey Barnes.
No, not that. Have to sell a player for funds.
FFP, innit?
They ain't spend nothing.
I know, but they're probably still being watched.
Is it FFP based on their wealth or their? How's it work, Brett? Because they ain't spend no money.
No, but it's still based on when my man sold the club. Like,
what's his face?
What's his name? Mike Ashley. Yeah. So
Mike Ashley.
And obviously they want to avoid doing what all the other clubs have done as soon as they got money and to start splashing out.
Yeah.
Like when Chelsea went and bought 6 men in one what's it called?
Window. In January.
Yeah. So I think they want to just avoid doing that and bringing in certain players anyway. So
yeah,
there's smart buys. They're doing smart buys.
Yeah, no. I rate what they're doing. They ain't doing what Man City done. When they first got money, they tried to buy every star in the world.
Robinho, yeah. And when he came, because he thought it was...
Yeah, no.
He thought it was Man United.
Newcastle are being tactile, proper. They're, in my opinion, going through a process as opposed to just going straight to the, you know what I mean, the big dogs. Zaha, he is turning down offers from Saudi. He's asking for too much fees, apparently.
Yeah, but I reckon he can get a move here. I don't know why.
Here where? Man United?
Nah, Tottenham, Arsenal.
No Arsenal, no.
Chelsea don't need it.
Chelsea.
Newcastle, Champions League football.
I think Zaha can get a Prem move.
100%.
He can get a Prem move.
It's just whether or not he wants to...
Yeah, he can get a Prem move.
He's weighing up everything.
Yeah, he weighing up all his options, isn't it?
I don't want to see him go Saudi. That's a waste.
Nah, he's too young. He's too young and he's still in his physical prime.
Late 20s now.
Yeah. I don't think so. All right, that's football. Let's go into our last headline, which is boxing. Anthony Joshua has stated that Dylan Whyte, Deontay Wilder, and then Tyson Fury would be his dream scenario. I can beat them all, he claims. Anthony Joshua has exclusively revealed to Sky Sports his dream scenario would be to fight Dylan Whyte, Deontay Wilder, then Tyson Fury in the heavyweight division. Joshua announced his heavyweight rematch against Whyte at the O2 in London on August 12th, and the former world champion admitted to his annoyance and an undisputed bout with Fury did not take place. I'm not disappointed. That's the reality that we live in. That's the reality, Joshua told Sky Sports. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. This is talking about the fight with Fury. But I'm not disappointed because we know why. People are starting to see. This is just how boxing goes sometimes. People are it's just a shame. Bismillah. But it is what it is. None of my business. If that was me, I would have gone in there and fought. But it's not me, so I can't really comment on another man's decisions. Another quote, it would have been a dream fight. Sorry, it would be dream scenario, be Whyte, Wilder, and then Fury. But dreams are fake. This is reality. When asked if he believed he had it in him to beat all three men, Joshua replied, yes. So my question to you is, one, I'm assuming you would like to see this, as in him fight Whyte, Wilder, then Fury. But do you think he could beat all three of them?
I reckon he can beat all three of them. Whether or not he does is another thing. So let's be frank here. No one even saw him losing to Louise, right? And I remember watching that fight, and the odds were ridiculous on Louise at the time. Even when the fight started, as soon as Louise dropped in the first time, the odds dropped. So no one saw it happening. Whether or not he can beat all three remains to be seen. I'm sure he believes he can do it as well. And as a Nigerian, I want to see him.
I want to see this happen. The thing is, these are the fights we want to happen. These are the fights. Obviously, no one was really calling for the Dylan Whyte fight, but in terms of
it's just a build-up.
Yeah, Wilder and Fury. Yeah, we've waited to see this for years.
Yeah. Wilder, I think Wilder and Joshua would be a better fight than Joshua and Fury. I think.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just personally think that.
Yeah.
But whether or not these fights are going to get made, like someone's, especially when they start talking about contracts and I'll sign a contract, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This one ain't said it. Someone's always lying, basically. But again, these fights, they're not easily done. So I guess there's a lot of stuff they got to work out. The purse, this, that, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are the facts we want to see. We want to see the heavyweight champs all getting it on. But again, whether or not it happens is another thing.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen the way he's describing it. It does sound like a dream scenario.
And then when they're trying to get the fights all in Dubai and Saudi and some different money, you get, so...
Yeah, but let's see what happens with the fight with Whyte first, which is August the 12th.
But he should win that.
He should, but...
It's going to turn into a slugfest.
It could do. What was the result of the first one? I know Joshua won, but was it via knockout? Was it via points? I don't remember.
I swear it was...
Our boxing resident fans are not here.
I can't even remember, I can't remember. It feels like it was so long ago.
It was.
It was before lockdown, no?
That was when they had that funny face-to-face when he was saying how he used to wear his trousers. Remember? Dylan Whyte was saying that Joshua used to wear his trousers, wear his clothes and that.
I mean, even if he did, I guess... Yeah,
I don't see why you'd be wearing next man's trousers.
I mean, I don't know what the situation was. Maybe he got a stain on his trousers.
Have you ever worn another man's trousers?
No, but the point of the matter is, I don't know.
Top?
No.
Shoes?
No. I don't know what situation they were in for that to happen anyway. Does that make sense? Like, I don't.
Could have been like they're both going out to the club.
That's what I was saying.
Joshua was wearing jeans,
and
but he
so
had to wear
got a
trousers.
stain.
Dylan Whyte had trousers in the boot.
In the boot, yeah. He
And he
gave
put-
him.
yeah, but in that situation-
then, even then, why are you bringing it up in that? Yeah. Why are you bringing that? What?
If you helped me get into the club, you can't use that
Yeah,
against
I
me.
can't. That's what I'm saying.
I was
So
wearing-
in my mind, I'm thinking, why are you
Because-
bringing it up?
That's like me going to play ball,
Yeah.
and only having. I was thinking we come to play on grass.
Yeah.
But it's AstroTurf.
I
I've been got
I'll
boots.
bring the
You got a
boots
spare
for
pair.
you.
You got a
Yeah,
spare pair.
I'm gonna
Astro.
give you boots,
Oh yeah,
innit?
you used to wear my kicks. No,
Yeah.
I borrowed your kicks to
Yeah,
play
that's-
football.
Yeah, that's not a cuss. So I don't understand
Yeah.
that. And there's not. He just said it. There was no context. No, like, it's just a random
Man, so
throwaway
you wear my
comment.
belt. Give my belt back, fool.
Give my hat back.
Give my hat back, fool.
I don't know. Man. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. That's all the sports we got for you guys. Let's get into our outro. All right, it's been a great show, guys. Thank you for tuning in as always.
Always.
Hope you guys have been liking though. Brent, are we good with the likes today?
162 is poor, but that's all right.
It's all right. Guys, come on, man. Liking the show doesn't cost you nothing. You just click a button.
Don't be shy, man.
Click the button, bro. Just click the button.
Click the button, man.
Click the button.
See, I'm not gonna point because I don't want to like send out the wrong.
No, click the damn button.
Don't want to send out the wrong vibrations and the wrong message. Just click the button and stop
the
being
button,
shy.
man.
See what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Rich, for pulling up.
Always, man. Come on, mine. Come on, mine.
Did you get this call last minute, or did you get it in the
No,
time?
no. I was with Brent. Oh, I think I saw Brent Sunday
Okay.
night, and then we
Okay.
spoke before that anyway. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, I think I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of days' time anyway.
That was it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you to our guests. Don't forget, guys, to share the show. Let everyone know that we are here Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. live on YouTube. TDA, spread the word. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys tomorrow, man.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. A-Town down.